update is brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less than a pricito at Doral Kia. Visit us at Doral Kia, DoralKia.com. Starting with the Marlins, who took 2 of 3 from the Nationals with a 5-2 win. Miami will get a day off today before heading to Minnesota for a 3-game series tomorrow. And to the Heat, who got the 13th pick in the draft lottery. The Wizards were rewarded for tanking with the first pick. And Joe, on that, we say good morning, my friend.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing a lot better, Woody. Friday night, we all got together, had a great time. And for the people that did come out, man, and getting a chance, I wasn't lying. I said, man, you're coming out and sat around and got a chance to talk to a lot of people who've been listening to us for a long, long time, all different ages. It was cool. I did have a shot early after taking all this medicine. Not the smartest thing to do, Woody. But I got that shot of tequila out of the way, so I want to thank those guys. Once they got Channing in the same group, I had no choice. My man card was called in, so I had to do it. Hey, we had a blast, and always want to thank Chris Atkins out at Sawgrass and doing a great job. Ed Moore Sawgrass and all those guys coming out and spending time with us and everything else. That was really cool to do. Man, we got news all over the place today to get to. I got to start with, boy, this thing in the NBA is looking like Oklahoma City and Knicks, right? Boy, the Knicks have really played well. Clutch, and then just, oh, my God, just destroyed the 76ers if you missed it yesterday. I mean, destroyed. When your guys don't play late third quarter and sit on the bench the whole fourth quarter And they decide there's going to be no question about this closeout game. And boy, did they ever. What a series for the Knicks. And they're now 8-2, 7 straight wins for them in the playoffs. Oklahoma City has not lost. And I love this. And I know we try to get creative with our takes on things. But this guy that leads into us, what's his name? Woody Overnight guy comes in here.
Johnny Ballgame.
Yeah. Johnny Ballgame says he's not sure this Oklahoma City thing dominating the way they are is good for basketball. Always love that one. I guess then let me just say this on behalf of New Yorkers. If the New York teams are dominating, everything's beautiful. These guys have got to just be absolutely wetting their pants before they go on the air today on these national shows, with most of these guys being New Yorkers. They just must. They'll be so excited to be New York, New York, New York. Hey, listen, they're a hell of a story. They're playing great. They got some guys that have had to take bigger roles. They're playing great. I mean, they've got it rolling. They really do. They are playing. You talk about playing great basketball, especially when you get your guys, not just Brunson, who is as good a clutch player as we have in the NBA right now. He really is. I can't think of 3 guys I'd rather have take a shot for me in the last minute of a game when you need a basket to tie or to win or to keep you in a game and keep it within 1 or 2. That's the guy. I mean it. He is clutch, but he's got a bunch of guys playing really well, playing guys that have been really good players anyway, but hitting big shots, coming up with big defensive plays. They got a hell of a story going there. But I always love that. So you sit there, and they're going to praise the hell out of good the Knicks are. Great story. And looking like the favorite, as we'll see what happens in the other series that's going on right now. But then the OKC, because they're dominating right now and beating up the Lakers, and see if they can close it out tonight as well. They have not lost a game in the playoffs. They're 7-0. But they're a bad story. Why are they a bad story? Because they're in Oklahoma City? Is that why? Or because they have 2 more picks in the first round this year? Woody, they loaded up all those draft picks, and they're really good. They don't need anybody. They got guys sitting on the bench or coming back from injury going, hey, you just relax. We're going to need you to get back, and we know we're paying you a lot of money, but you get your hamstring healthy because we got a real deep team coming off the bench. I mean, you talk about great general manager jobs of what they've done. And listen, they're part of the tanking family too, which leads me to the draft and the Wizards, who, we saw them all play. And I'd have to tell you, I thought the Wizards, who, Bam got his record night against Wizards, right, Woody? Am I right on that? He got his big 83.9.
Yeah, he did.
And the Wizards, like when you're not playing well, you play the Wizards, because I couldn't wait, because every time they played the Wizards and beat them by 20, 30, or 40, Spo would go, man, this is the way we have to play. And I go, Spo, it's great, except you can't play the Wizards every night, and you look so good. Yeah, they're 18-64, and they get the top spot in the upcoming NBA draft. If you're wondering or even care about that, June 23rd.
All the tanking teams got rewarded yesterday.
They did,
man.
You're pretty much. And by the way, the Heat had no luck whatsoever. 13th pick in this upcoming NBA draft. Although they're saying it's deep and they'll be able to get a guy that can help the team and all those things, but they're not getting any of these top 3 or 4 guys that everybody's talking about right now. Peterson and Boozer and Wilson and DeBonsa and the rest of these guys that have been so good. By the way, I didn't realize this too, Woody, until watching the shows yesterday. I guess this AJ DeBonsa, the 6'9" player out of BYU, a lot of guys gone, no, it's not close. He's the first pick.
Yeah, I had a chance to see him play. Miami played BYU in that tournament.
What do you think of him?
I think he's got a lot of talent.
Well, listen,
he's a high flyer, man. A guy who jumped through the roof.
Okay, and he shoots outside, and he's 6'9". I guess, can we call
No, this is a very strong draft, man. There's a lot of players on the top of this thing that are going to be impact guys. I don't know if he can get, anyone make much of an impact at 13, but the tanking team's certainly going to get rewarded pretty handsomely.
Well, I'll tell you what, I know everybody talked about getting one of those top 4 picks, and
now you wonder why they wanted to lose some games down the stretch.
And by the way, Utah's in great shape to get somebody who's a number 2 pick. Yeah. Another team that tried to rest their guys. Remember that? And that didn't work.
They tried to tank and they won. Yeah.
They did that. They were tanked in the second half. They got called on it. And meanwhile, they're going, why are you complaining? We beat the Heat at home.
Yeah.
We beat them down here in Miami. What are we doing? What are we doing here? So a lot of crazy stuff going on. Marlins take 2 out of 3 from the Nationals. Big 8th innings yesterday and on Saturday to be able to come. Liam Hicks, man, I know. Hey, look I see the crowds. They're still not huge. Liam Hicks is and Otto Lopez are as good as you're going to get. Now, Liam Hicks is also DHing, so he's not the full-time catcher. But, boy, what a start to a season, man. 35, got another one yesterday, 35 RBIs on the season. And is there a chance right now that Otto Lopez is the best shortstop in baseball? He's hitting 344. It was up to 350. 56 hits, the most in baseball. And speaking of hits, Xavier Edwards, not exactly, he's a hit machine himself, also in the top 10 in batting average right now. They got some nice stories going. They really do. They've got the day off, finally get a day off. Boy, they playing a lot of games at Minnesota and at Tampa Bay. So they're going to be gone for a week, and then they come back and grab your popcorn. If I could recommend you want to go to a game and you want to see the strength of the National League East, the Atlanta Braves will be in town for 4 games. So we've got all that going on. I did not forget about the rookie minicamp for the Miami Dolphins, trying to find the best 90 players they can to bring to camp here when we come back into July, early August, and it is going to be. But I will tell you, they did one thing that I absolutely loved. They did one thing that I think's important. It's old school. It was to send a message. It really was. I liked it. It was just a reminder for every guy. It was hot. Everybody knows it was outside. I tried to play a little bit of tennis yesterday, Woody, and I got to tell you, it was smoking hot. Maybe 30 minutes, and I hydrated the whole thing. It is, if you're not in great shape, this weather will call.
I told you on our weather report on Friday.
We'll call your ass out.
A warning or something, heat warning.
Yeah. Death. This is bad stuff. Anyway, again, there are a lot of things, and they're putting in their new offense, and guys are tried out at different positions, and guys are coming in from college, and the Dolphins look at them, want to try them at a different position. So there was tryouts going on, and we'll have Omar later on here. But this team clearly wanted to send a message. They want to see what kind of shape you're in, just to give you an idea what you're looking at. They did some conditioning, and we did that. I wasn't prepared for it. And I remember throwing up my first year, coming right out of Berkeley. And they said, hey, we're going to fly you in the next couple of days. I went, what? Oh, yeah. We're coming back. And if you're not familiar with it, this is not that cool Bay Area weather that you're used to. You're going to be coming back to humidity, which I honestly never been around. Lived a little bit of a sheltered life there in California, and I wasn't familiar with this stuff that back here that you folks have grown up in called humidity in the South. And I remember didn't drink anything, you know, a little nervous about having food in my stomach, and decided to go out. And Shoes had us running 12-minute run. Then he wanted to introduce us to gassers. And I remember puking, man, because I was going hard at practice. And I can still remember guys going, hey, dude, you might want to slow down a little bit here, because you better try to drink some water. Yeah. So it's good. Just give you an idea. Just want to give you a reminder that we're going to be in really good shape, what we expect. And it looked like most of those guys look ready to go and came in. Hey, man, there has never been, and this is good and bad. Listen, I'd love to have a team that just needed 2 or 3 pieces that was looking to, repeat as a division winner, but we're not there. We haven't been there in so long. I can't remember it. But I will tell you the good news for this group. Every guy that shows up should be saying, damn near every guy going, yeah, I got a chance to not only make this team, but hell, I might be able to play on offense and defense. That's the way this thing is structured, and that's what this team wants. This is what the GM and the head coach, they want. They want to have all these draft picks believing you get yourself ready to go, you learn your assignments, and we trust you in September. You can either start or play a lot of snaps on offense and defense, and that's the message. And by the way, if you're the 85th guy that we signed and you're looking around, you go out and have a good camp. There's a spot in the 53-man roster, active roster, that you could be part of. And I've never seen it this open because of having so many young guys. That's where you are right now with this whole thing. So great opportunity. Bring in the best 90 to camp, tryouts, rookie free agents will be coming in and out. Draft picks, I don't know if they have any money even in June, if they still might add a veteran player or 2. They've said they're not really not a priority right now, but we'll see. But I do agree, man, if young guys show anything at all with potential, when they have those coaches meetings and sit in with the GM, there's going to be a chance for those guys to stick around and get through camp and make this roster. So a lot of good stuff going on from that standpoint. We also are reminded of something. I saw Chris Perkins wrote about this in the Sun Sentinel, and I got to tell you, one thing that is really refreshing about this team. Now, I don't know if we can do it all year or not. We got to see, but I like our chances is not have outside distractions of lawsuits and guys getting arrested and some of the things we went through. Now, as fans, and I'm guilty too, by the way, I'm guilty too. I want to start with that. I said, okay, I remember saying this. And my wife and I had this big debate. Like, why are we having guys that are constantly in trouble? I go, they're really good. They're really good. They're really good. And then one day you just go, it's too much. It is too much. If it's a one-time deal, you put up with it because somebody's really good, but then you just realize it can destroy the rest of the team. As good as one guy can be, one guy can dominate in his position, and we love him, and he does flips, and he's got $1 million smile, but he can also really set the team back. He can become cancer of a team. And I've been reminded of that last week, Woody. I don't know about you. I was reminded of it watching the Tyreek Hill lawsuit and the backyard football drills lawsuit, and finally settles, which, by the way, I'm not an attorney and I don't play one. How would that thing even be a story? How is that thing not settled before it even hits? Why would you want to? You're looking to get back on the football field, And you got that going on where teams now have to remind themselves again, because you're no longer, used to be a durable dude, man. And we put up with the Tyreek Hill stuff because the guy played. He was great. He played injured. He was old school. But then you're going, do I want to put up with it on a guy that just absolutely destroyed his knee? Now, do I want to put up with the Sophie Halls, the 250-pound OnlyFans model, and that crazy-ass story or stuff that happens right before a game, whoever's fault it was, the police officer, whether it was, that stuff should never happen. That stuff never happens. I've been around here forever. I was around here when guys were doing cocaine. That stuff never happened. And we had that stuff happening. Like, this stuff is not normal. Football camp, invite the mother back. She's a OnlyFans model, attractive big woman. And you're like, you can't just have the kid in the camp? How does she end at your house? How does she end up at your, I know how this happens. I'm not stupid. Probably would have tried it myself at some point in my life. Have her over there doing drills with her. She gets injured. I mean, the whole story's just bizarre. And the fact that it's out is just humiliating. Humiliating. Yeah, she got hurt, but then I took her up the room, had sex with her a couple of times. Shit, you can't make this stuff up, Woody. Like, it's just, I gotta laugh because it's just like, these are not normal. Normal is a guy might get in a fight in a bar occasionally with somebody, and you're going, all right, the guy suspend him or call him in the eye. Yeah, you can't do that. But we're talking about getting arrested before the opener, home opener. We're talking about, not somebody getting hurt at a camp where a kid sues your camp because he fell into a hole. That stuff's going to happen. There's a little lawsuit. Hopefully you have insurance. We're talking about you went out of your way to fly this mother down, and her son was in your camp. She'd never been in that situation. At least skip the friggin' workout you were doing with her where she blocked you on a pass rush. As the story goes, he was fired up about getting blocked by me. Big girl. I mean, she could do some blocking. Anyway, man, it's just a reminder, not our problem anymore. You know I was going to get to that before we go to break. Not our problem anymore. But, yeah. I don't know how you sit there, and it's just embarrassing. And by the way, were they putting a jury together on that, Woody? I don't know enough about those. Because that jury would have been somebody, that attorney had to say, hey, I think they're going to be on your side. They've had a chance to live down here, and you're in the news all the time. I'll bet they're going to give you the benefit of the doubt. No question about it there, Tyreek.
Yeah, Tyreek's not
it's not Tyreek's fault. She was in for the money grab. Oh, okay.
There's not a lot of people worse you throw up there on the stand than Tyreek, man.
Yeah,
he's damaged.
I think somebody
he's damaged goods in this
hey,
neck of the woods.
Somebody said, hey, we ought to probably settle. It doesn't look like that big a number. Let's take care of this. And you go up to Disney World and hang out with whoever you're going to be with. All right. Hey, listen, we got a lot of stuff to get to here this morning, but yeah, I just, this Tyreek Hill thing and then teams are going, oh, we got to get him back. I'm like, really? Is that what you want? I don't even know if he could play. I don't even know where he is with his knee right now. And anyway, I do know this. Your South Florida Chevy dealers have never looked better than they do right now. Boy, we got some great 2026. Oh my gosh, what an SUV family. You're just absolutely going to love it. Whether it's Suburban, I start at the top, to the Tahoe, to the mini Tahoe, the Traverse. I love them. I do. I think someday it's going to be me and the Traverse living together. I'm going to give up on my 20th Tahoe and the Equinox. And I got to tell you, man, the Equinox is, boy, I'll tell you what, if you don't get one, just grab one as a rental car and ask for it, or just, they're fantastic. They are unbelievable. Woody and Omar got everybody in an Equinox now, and I'll tell you, they are great. And then right over to the truck family, whatever kind of truck you're looking for, it's like they've custom-made a truck, absolutely perfect for your lifestyle. Whether it's full-time working truck, Silverado 1500, could be a Silverado HD, but all the power and durability you could ever want, to the family truck, need that extra space for you and the family on the weekends, and then pull around all your favorite toys you have, from a boat to those wave runners. You can't go wrong. From 17th Street Causeway down to the Miami Beach, man, we got a location and a truck absolutely perfect for you. 14 dealerships throughout South Florida. Hey, stop by. We got some great deals going on. Take a test drive and fall in love at your South Florida Chevy dealer.
important here, Joe. We got to get people hydrated out there.
Man, if you ain't hydrating right now and you live down here, you'll be one dumb mofo.
So check the temperature before going outside on the weather app today.
We're going to get that every day, man. It's now that time of the year.
It's going to peak around 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock there. Yep.
Yeah, it was smoke show. Hey, Woody, before we get going, man, Mother's Day yesterday?
Yeah, it was good.
Good, man. Yeah.
I'm getting a little better on the grill. It's been a work in progress, but we were able to execute a little better yesterday.
Woody, I know it's one of my goals because I really don't do anything and not capable. I saw some of my neighbors in the afternoon out doing yard work and stuff, and you're
not a yard work guy.
Nah, but I'm gonna start working on not on that part,
by the way.
not on that part, Woody. But the grill stuff's a little embarrassing that the wife is the one that goes out on the grill. Not yesterday, but
really.
She is she's gotten to be pretty good at it too. It's a little embarrassing.
You're just not an outdoors guy.
I'm just not, man. I was actually single one point in my life. I'm not sure how the hell I did it at that point. But anyway, hey Woody, we've got some great news from the Miami Hurricanes. I don't usually get too into the football recruiting. I don't. I love watching it because it's a dogfight out there right now. But I do have a belief on a lot of these 5-star recruits. It's not perfect, but when you call a guy a 5-star recruit out of certain areas, it's usually pretty damn legit. And this Dante Wright from Southern California, actually from Long Beach Poly, and I was telling a guy Friday night, and well, what about the football out there compared to ours? I go, no, and I go, no, calm down. Southern California's got a lot of good high school football players. They got some of the best programs in the country. Like, look, I love our football, but we don't have 25 million people like they do out there. At 25 million, it's a lot of high schools, and a lot of football players get pulled out of that area, and they're all over the NFL. And I'm not ranking one against the other. Not doing the Dave Broward versus Southern California. I'm just not. But Dante Wright's a hell of a player. 5-star cornerback. And, I love this one. Usually those guys, when you go after a guy like that, and, he switched from, he was going to Georgia, and it had been with Georgia for a while, although people just listening to some stuff last night sound like everybody thought he might be looking to jump, wasn't all in on the Georgia thing, but everybody thought he might be going to Oregon, staying on the West Coast. And Miami got in there, and it looks like he not only decided to commit to Miami for the 2027 class as one of the top, I think the top cornerback in the class, one of the top 5 or 6 players in this 2027 class, but it's shutting down all the recruiting visits to other places. So congratulations. That's a hell of a get. That doesn't happen in Southern California a lot. It has with quarterbacks, but not. They did have a run on quarterbacks in the old days. Some of them worked out, some didn't, in Northern and Southern California, but they did get some great players. And they got some guys that came out here and were a big part of the success. So it does work. But getting this guy, Dante Wright, oh, my God, everybody's just raving about him. And so now been keeping up on this one. It's in our backyard. My kids went to school there, and that is St. Thomas Aquinas offensive tackle Mark Matthews. And a lot of people are saying, well, A&M money is just ridiculous. And Miami has made, I'm guessing, a really good offer to him financially. So he's going to have to make up his mind. He doesn't have to do it right now. You don't have to commit right now. But it's a guy to keep an eye on as the top offensive tackle in the country. Goes to St. Thomas Aquinas. And, of course, everybody else is going to be making a run at him, too, to see if he's going to open up and consider another location here. I will tell you all that winning and all that success on that offensive line. I still think they got a chance on Mark Matthews. I do. And but a lot of insiders say Texas A&M, who is off to a great start and spending a lot of money and getting a lot of guys. I see their class right now is is looking pretty impressive. You remember that? I still remember like yesterday when Nick Saban called out Jimbo. Remember that? Jimbo Fisher. And Jimbo put a halt to that real quickly. Say, hey, Nick, you want to get in the recruiting thing? Just in case you forgot, we were together. And I know how this thing works. Do you want to call me out? If you do, if you want to play that, let me know when you're out whining, because I'm going to tell. And you notice that stopped. Nick went, Jimbo, I just try and make a point. The new system I'm not a big fan of. And I knew what he was saying. I knew what Jimbo was saying. You want to go what we used to do under the table is what Jimbo was saying. So you want to talk about, what you better be careful on what you're claiming you're running and what you're running. So anyway, A&M's got a lot of money. There's no surprise on who has money right now and who doesn't. What I do love is Miami is jumping in the game. Now listen, they if you keep going, Miami is at some point going to go, no, it's too. We're out. It's a great offer. We're not embarrassed by our offer. We don't think we embarrassed you. But if you made up your mind, and right now there's 3 or 4 schools in Texas that are spending a lot of oil money, a lot of oil money right now. So, but it's fun to watch. It's fun to watch and see in this system that most people despise, can't stand what's going on, but it is a new system. So you play by it or you get run out of town. Speaking of that, Dabo Swinney better jump on the board and start playing this game. I am dying to see what his team's going to look like, because he fought it again. He's still fighting the system a little bit. He wants to do it his way. I think Dabo's been a hell of a coach. In the old system was a hell of a coach. But that system is gone. And money has changed the way everybody looks at these schools. And then you have a few down years, and all of a sudden it doesn't feel like Clemson, or I have to go to Alabama, and things start to get run down a little bit, and the money's not where it needs to be. And there's a lot of programs that are still really good programs, stayed good programs throughout this whole thing, that are spending money. Oregon's up there. They're not losing out. It's a money issue. The Texas schools, I'm guessing Ohio State and Michigan aren't going to lose out. I mean, you can go through the list of schools that are spending money, and I am proud to tell you that Miami is jumping in the ball game too. And so it's good stuff, man. It's good. It's a new system. You may not like the system, but if this is the way it is, if the way it's going to be for right now, till somebody has the basketballs to make a decision and maybe slowly change a few things. But if it's going to stay in the Wild West, then we got some pretty good Cowboys right there, know how to shoot the guns, man. We're in pretty good shape. We're in pretty damn good shape. And Mario, I always say this, do not count that guy out in the offseason at all, because he has taken what they did, almost winning that national championship, and he came out running, man. And they are out recruiting their ass off, and including going 3,000 miles away to Southern California and getting some great players. So it's good stuff, man. It's good stuff to get up in the morning, and they said, he's not done. And by the way, till it's signed, Mario Cristobal's not going to stop. If he thinks he's got a chance, and he just thinks, if I can get you back here to take a look. We talk about this, Woody, and then I saw Dante Wright talked about it. So that guy came back here to see what it was like, and loved the way they compete, loved the way they practice, loved the way they run things back here, and he fell in love with it. And if those things are still important, and your big goal is to get to the NFL, and you're looking at all the things that should be important to you, I just think there's going to be a lot of Dante Wrights start looking at this school a lot different than they did here just a couple years ago. So good start, man. Good start with a really good player making a verbal commitment. Still just a verbal commitment. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, I thought it was worth mentioning this morning. We got all kinds of stuff to get to here. We'll have a lot more on the Dolphins. I'm just calling that first minicamp, rookie minicamp, those 2 days, Friday and Saturday. There were some tryouts in there. There were some guys who were in for see how they look at different positions and how they kind of matched up going against a bunch of other young guys. And then the message from the team, man. Wanted everybody to see what it's going to be like. And it was a great way to get them out there and go, all right, guys, we're going to do a little conditioning here. And then you're going to go lift weights too. So we're going to get going here, but we want to give you an idea of the way we do things around here and the way it's going to be. So everybody gets good habits from day one. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. It was something that was missing in a big way before. It just was. So I don't know how many games are going to win. I was asked a zillion times that question. Say, hey, man, if it's about wins for you, then it's going to be a tough year, in my belief. But if it's about development and doing things right and finding some good young players with some really good coaching and seeing what this draft class starts with this draft class. Everything for this team is around the draft class for me. And I know it's like, well, what about Malik Willis? No, Malik's part of it too. He's their first big catch, but it's about specifically for me this draft class, and even more specific than that, those first 3 rounds, minus Chris Bell, who's going to take some time to get healthy. And Chris Bell, you take all the time you need, brother, because when you come back, you are going to jump up to the front of the line for that receiver I saw at Louisville against Miami. You'll be moving up. They'll figure ways to get it done. I hope he's back for the last 2 months. I will take the last 2 months of the season. The last 2 months. Somewhere around, what are we thinking? Around Thanksgiving, little before Thanksgiving. If, man, you take all the time between now and November, and let's get ready to go, man. But I want him 100%. Want him 100%. No question about it. All right. We'll have Omar Kelly talk a little bit more about that coming up here in just a few minutes here in the early 7 o'clock hour. But right now, I want to talk to you about some other things, like some things we don't like to talk about. Look, we love talking about being competitive in sports and still being able to go out and looking forward to it, man. For me, like just looking forward to going out and playing tennis and staying active. But the bad part is if you're like me and still probably too competitive, you get injured, and it happens. Happens to everybody out there. It doesn't matter if it's your kids or you. Sooner or later, everybody gets injured. And I get asked this question all the time. Where do the pros go when they get injured? I go, well, enter Miami, the Heat, the Panthers, and the Miami Dolphins. All trust those great doctors at Baptist Health, South Florida. They have put together one of the top sports medicine programs in the country. How do you do that? Well, you got great facilities, obviously. But more importantly, you got great doctors. And, boy, you recruit the top specialists from around the country. They come in here. They work with your doctors. They put together a team of doctors from the top to the bottom, from team doctors to specialists for the knee and shoulder and foot and ankle, hand specialists, back specialists, hip and knee replacement. I don't mean just one. I mean a group of doctors for every part of the body. And all of a sudden, hip and knee replacement, Achilles, I go on and on with 3 great facilities like Doctors Hospital in Coral Gables, Hard Rock Stadium next to the Miami Dolphins training facility, and 595 in Pine Island in Plantation, Broward County. So easy to get to, man. Just visit baptisthealth.net/ortho. Hey, listen, I hope you never get hurt, but you know the deal. Sooner or later, it happens to everybody. It is sure nice to have Baptist Health, South Florida, and this great sports medicine program for all of us with one goal every day about getting you healthy, back out playing the sports you love the most.
Let's go!
the NBA and NHL playoffs underway. Keep up to date now with the Odyssey app. You can listen to WQAM on there, also the iHeartRadio and TuneIn apps. Download it today and make the Joe Rose Show your favorite show. So you can certainly help us out with that. All right. If you are just joining us here this morning, we're waiting on Joe to make his way back over here. But just to let everyone know, the Marlins, 2 of 3 from the Nationals, coming up with a 5-2 win there. Marlins getting a day off today. They will head to Minnesota for a 3-game series beginning tomorrow. And in the NBA, the draft lottery, the Heat getting the 13th spot there. The tanking teams getting rewarded for their tanking efforts, with the Washington Wizards taking the top spot. The Indiana Pacers getting the second spot there. So the 2 tanking teams on the top of the draft, and the Heat at 13. And some scores from yesterday: the Knicks 144-114 over the 76ers. The Knicks wrapped that series up in 4 games, and you had the Timberwolves beating the Spurs 114-109. That series tied at 2 games apiece. And Joe Wemby thrown out of that game early with an elbow, and you wonder if he's going to end up getting suspended here.
Ooh.
I know they're not going to want to suspend him.
No.
But that very, very surprising to see
business.
that from Wemby.
And by the way, can we please, whoever loses, stop complaining, or loses a player, stop complaining about officiating? There ought to be a rule. We need like a 48-hour period where NBA teams, especially this late in the playoffs, are not allowed to whine about officiating.
Yeah, I heard the coach, his stuff driving in, and it's, he's complaining that they don't call enough for him and they don't officiate him fairly because he's 8 feet tall.
And that's been around, by the way. That one's been around for.
Yeah.
That's not the original take. That's been around for about 200 years.
And whether he has a point or not, and whether that's fair or not, like that's kind of irrelevant. You can't just turn around and clock a guy with an elbow in the face.
You can't swing your elbows wildly. Those big pointed elbows. It's like a punch. Yes.
So I don't know if they're going to suspend him or not. They may say that he already, kind of time served here because he did miss most of that game, but that's a tough one, man. Look, it's late in the playoffs.
Oh boy.
That's a complete goon play.
It is, but it is going to be funny to see how the league handles it, because he might be their number one.
Yeah, and here's the problem too. First time in his career he's been ejected, right? Like when this happened with LaMelo Ball with Bam, first of all, it wasn't even the first time he had tripped Bam.
Yeah.
So the guy's he's a goon. So you kind of don't give him as much of a benefit of the doubt. Wemby's never had an issue like this before. So does that play into it?
I don't know. I know how good he is and how important he is for TV viewing for 2.5 hours.
That can't be part of the equation here.
I mean, you say whatever you want, but it
shouldn't be part of the equation.
They want to keep ratings. These people are paying NBC and Amazon Prime and all paying a lot of money.
What, you think they're going to call whoever has game?
You don't think there'll be a little bit benefit of the doubt, a little bit on?
It's on NBC on Tuesday night. They got, by the way, they have the slot all to themselves. 8:00 on Tuesday. So you think they call NBC and have them in on the meeting here? Listen.
No, they can't do that. But
we're not going to suspend them because we're going to give him time served for the first game.
Well, they're going to say he's been a good guy. He doesn't usually do this. He just got a little wild. I don't know. But there'll be a lot of guys to be kicked out for a game for that.
You can't. I mean, you got to be better than that, though, man.
He did to himself, man.
I know. You got to be better than that.
Hey, you can get frustrated all you want.
Stupid.
And by the way, they're going to get physical with you, man. They're you're pain in the middle there. You're really dominant, and they're going to get after you a little bit.
He's lucky he didn't hurt that guy, man.
Yeah, whatever.
Caught him on the chin with that thing, knocked him out cold.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's not the first time that would have happened.
No.
Wild elbows used to happen a lot. Matter of fact, they used to tell you, get a rebound and put your elbows up and swing them side to side. I remember those drills when I was a kid. They're like, if you have to catch them, they'll learn a lesson. I was like, okay. And he hits some guy and he's pissed off and punches you in the face afterwards. But speaking of that, I was watching MJ yesterday again. They had the documentary on. It's always on. By
Yeah,
the way.
but this is not MJ's era.
I
This
know.
is a little bit
You
of
know
a
where
little
I was
different
going.
time. I know.
Oh,
But
they're just knocking the crap
they're
out
not
of
the
each other.
Pistons and all that. No.
You know what? I got to give MJ credit for one thing, besides being maybe the greatest player of all time, or in my case, he is the greatest player of all time. He used to get the crap knocked out of him. He never got up, wanted to fight anybody.
No, he played through it because he knew it was part of the game.
Now, people, because he got every call when he, but they knocked him around pretty good.
Yeah.
They got after him.
You never saw him turn around and cheap shot a guy right, across the elbow in the chops.
No,
there,
his
but
deal was like just beat you and.
It was honestly disappointing to see Wemby do that because it's just not his makeup. Like to see him turn around and clock the guy like that, it's really stupid.
When they need, instead of talk about officiating, they need to start talking to him about.
It's become a big problem in the
NBA. We can't afford to lose you. You're too important to our team. In case you haven't noticed, you're not only the best player on our team, you're one of the 3 or 4 best players in the league.
Yeah, but now it's turning into a TV topic apparently too. Like I saw there was a video, and I can't watch it because I can't watch Kendrick Perkins, but they sent out a video of Kendrick Perkins, on TV complaining about the officiating, and now it's I guess it's like, now we got to complain on TV.
Again, that's been around.
I wish I could
let's
tell you. Get over it, man. Let's talk about the games. Let's talk about the games. You don't have to keep talking about officials.
Yeah. And by the way, they have any other ideas for these? Because these guys are the best in the business.
Well, it's weird especially a former player to hear talking about that on TV. Like you would think a former player would understand that the officials are not really controlling the outcomes of these games. Like maybe guys go out and make a few plays, like Jaylen Brown. Like make a few plays, man.
Oh no, Jaylen gets killed.
Complaining the next day about.
I don't know if that's a good example because there's a guy the former players do go after. And blast them. Like Jaylen Brown. You learn when a guy's really good and you feel like guys don't like him. I don't think Jaylen Brown's going to win any popularity contest in the NBA. Do you agree with that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. He's not. He whines and they go after him.
He really does.
He says something. They're like, really? And now he's in debates with, well, we had a really good year overall and what we were able to do. And you and Tatum don't get along, and can they stay?
He did that to himself in that little thing that he did. He called it, I think what do you call it, the most fun season he's had since he's been in the league. And people did the math on that one because Tatum wasn't there the whole season.
Right.
So people did the math on that there too. Hey man, you want to go on all these podcasts, you're gonna have to live with the consequences.
Well, anyway, it gives us something to talk about. There's no question about that. Hey, speaking of a lot of stuff to talk about, the Heat just not a lot of luck. I don't know how you're feeling, Woody, with that 1% chance or the 4.8% chance to get one of those top 4 picks.
Last few days and weeks talking about how we got to punish the tanking teams, and then they both get rewarded.
Yeah, they did,
1
man.
and 2.
That's right. Right to the Wizards and Utah 1-2 and a good old Memphis, place nobody wants to go to, number 3, the Bulls number 4, and the Pacers and Nets 5 and 6. And the Heat come in at 13. The only one lower than them was Charlotte. So here we go. June 23rd, the Heat will be picking 13th in the draft. Hey, we got to go to break. We got 7 o'clock hour. Omar's going to join us for a couple minutes. We'll talk to Omar about the first couple of days out there of the young guys running around a little bit, getting used to the new, to the weather, to the new system, to a new coach, and everything else. So we'll get his take on it. And I can just tell you this, it was a lot different than it was a year ago. No surprise there. Tell you what is not new here in town. If you know about Chillzone, you already know how good they are taking care of all your air conditioning problems. Chillzone Air Conditioning, I'm talking about. What a great name, too, because it's hot out there right now, man, and your air conditioning unit is going to take a beating because they do. And it is sure is nice to have a company like Chillzone Air Conditioning. President Melissa De Verona is fantastic, family-owned and operated. And she takes the calls. When any woman comes in and tells me, Joe, I take the calls. I've been in this business my whole life. My dad got me into it 20 years ago. And we want to let you know that we're on time. We're doing things differently. I don't know if there's an industry that has a worse reputation. It's right there at the top. is air conditioning companies. They really do. Never on time. People come out, don't know what they're doing. Tell you you need a new air conditioning unit. You find out didn't sound right. You get somebody else going, no, we can fix this one. You shouldn't do that. Hey, listen, it's frustrating. And you put all that stuff together, and a lot of you out there have gone through different air conditioning companies and just not satisfied. Well, you will be with Melissa De Verona and the work that she and her company do at Chillzone Air Conditioning. Yeah, well, first of all, you deal with her directly. That's a nice way to start. But also any kind of service you need, if you need a new air conditioning unit, duct cleaning, or anything else, 786-378-2778. If you're ready to make a change, as Michael Jackson once said, make that change. Boy, this is a good one to go to. Tell them you heard it right here on 104.3 WQAM, chillzoneac.com. Very knowledgeable and lovely lady to deal with. Stay chill with Chillzone Air Conditioning. Go to chillzoneac.com. Learn more about them. The next time you have to make that call, make sure you try Chillzone Air Conditioning.
Miami, an Odyssey sports station. The home of champions. Home of the 5-time national champion Miami Hurricanes. The back-to-back Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. The 3-time NBA champion Miami Heat. Miami Hurricanes basketball. And now, the new home of the 2-time World Series winner Miami Marlins.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This update is brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less for your pricito at Doral Kia. Visit us at Doral Kia, DoralKia.com. Starting with the Marlins, who took 2 of 3 from the Nationals with a 5-2 win. Miami will get a day off today before heading to Minnesota for a 3-game series tomorrow. And the Heat, who got the 13th pick in the draft lottery, the Wizards were rewarded for tanking with the first pick. Time for weather, brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting. Storm season is coming. Make sure your home is ready. Get your free roof and window estimate today. Visit tornadoroofing.com, and we are expecting some more heat, Joe.
Okay.
Today.
Yeah, man.
More than intense heat. Hydrate.
All right, it's May, June, July, August, September.
Get those electrolytes in.
Okay, I got them.
You need to do.
Yeah, got a lot of them. Yeah.
You are drinking those powders now.
I am. I'm drinking them like
You're
crazy.
A powder guy now.
Yeah. Drinking them like crazy, Woody.
Yeah.
Trying to keep things going in this heat and see how I hold up in these 11 o'clock tennis games here. But hey, man, it's part of living down here, and I love the heat, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I still love the heat. My body loves this heat. Anyway, want to say good morning to everybody. I hope everybody had a nice Mother's Day out there and everything went well. I did a double. I did a mother-in-law Mother's Day Saturday, followed up with a Sunday with my wife and some of the kids. It was good. It was very nice. A lot of nice couple of days with family. Turned into a family day. Even all my brother-in-laws, the whole gang, we were all together. So it was a very nice time. I hope everybody else also got some time with their mothers and mother-in-laws and helping out with the kids to look good. If you got little kids like Woody, to make sure. Ronnie goes, you know the deal. I don't expect much out of them except that little card that says, I love you, Mom, or that little picture she makes of what I look like.
Yeah, I had to go out and get all that stuff. I went last minute. I did it on Saturday. I got a lot of stuff last minute.
Hey, Woody.
Cards and all that.
Woody,
but the kids filled them out. They did a good job. So
I got up to have brunch with my wife, and we're driving. And I see him right there on 136th Street, State Road 84, and under a tent. Right off the road there,
yeah. The last minute,
and but they had the vase, they had the little vase and the flowers, and they were going like crazy.
Yep.
I mean, you talk about last minute guys, boy. I'll tell you what, that was covering. That's like, is this going to be enough? It's going to be last second. How does she handle that?
So I went early on Saturday. There were a handful of losers there, like with me, in the card aisle and doing the drugstore thing at the last minute, but.
I swear to God, half those cards don't go till like 5 or 6 hours before, the day of.
Yeah.
And guys going home or getting up early in the morning going, holy crap, I don't have anything. Let me go get one of those cards that says stuff I'd never say to her. Those real romantic.
Yeah,
cards.
right.
You're like, I love you. I see the blue sky, and you make me get high with the love I have for you.
Yeah, should probably go over there today and get some of that stuff, like 75% off.
Oh, that's the candy.
Stay on it and store it.
The candy.
Stay on some of those cards for a year.
Yeah,
break them out next year.
Yeah, I tell you what though, last time I said that's it, man. I did. I went into Walgreens and there was there are a lot of guys, but they're all right there at the cards, and they were just They weren't even reading what they said. They just said, "Oh, it says Mother's Day." Is it a funny one or is it a serious one? Okay. And you're trying to figure out what you get a kick out of this because I'm doing it last second or not. But I gave up on the cards, Woody. Those cards don't sound like
no.
I'm not capable of.
I think they still like to receive them though, but
I don't know, man. I think they like just when the kids just scribble a little. So I mean, not from you, but
no, I understand what you're saying.
They want to see
like
Max make a little picture
of
mom's favorite flower or something,
Yeah.
Thank you, mommy, for everything, and all that stuff. Anyway, I'm not the most romantic guy. Not one of my.
No.
Don't have a lot of strengths anyway, but that's not one of them either. By the way, I know one game they won't be whining about officiating. The Knicks and the 76ers. 76ers just got their ass kicked. They were like, what are we going to say to the media after this one, losing by 30? And probably could have been 50 if they would have kept their starters in.
Boy,
The game
how
was
bad
over.
do the Celtics look right now?
Ooh,
How bad do they look?
yeah. How does that happen?
But I don't know what happened with the Sixers. I thought they had a shot in that series, and maybe they just, I don't know, maybe they thought the Celtics was like their finals. I saw Embiid afterwards was like, this is great. Like, I'm very pleased with how this ended. And,
but here we go. But let's talk about his situation, even though he did play.
Well, he made it through, yeah.
I mean, but
I don't know the last time he ended a season.
You were stroking him here not too many days ago about how he looks so good. And
he does. When he's healthy, he is good.
How many days he plays one and then he sits out two and then he comes
not
back?
Ideal, no.
And every time he goes down, you're like, is he going to get up? Every time he hits the ground, this could be the one. He's got that look. And, he's kind of wondering like, oh, how bad am I hurt? It's just, he's glass.
Yes. That's why I said he's
on the all-glass team.
When he is healthy,
And he didn't get a lot of help from his buddies.
I don't know.
Either.
I thought they were going to have a decent enough shot in that series. Give the Knicks at least a game.
I tell you what, though, the Knicks are playing really well. They play hard. I think they got probably Oklahoma City's got some good players. Brunson is just clutch. Oh my God, does he hit big shots? Now he didn't have
great,
to. In
but you know what? It's
game.
funny though. People are already they're putting the Knicks in the finals.
I am too.
Okay, I'll play another series still.
How about James Harden after the game? He had to, he finally had. I think he had 9 or something in the fourth quarter or something. So
finally got one. Huh?
And he goes, "Who says that?" She's asking him like, "Hey, what are you trying to say?" And like, are you kidding me, James Harden? Are you serious, bro? Nobody disappears more in big games than you do shooting a basketball. But yeah, I'm putting the Knicks in there. And Oklahoma City, I'm putting them right there too.
Well, Oklahoma City is understandable.
They haven't lost a game.
By the way, Spurs, they lose Wemby for another game. They could find themselves up against it.
Yeah. No, they could be in trouble. You're right. They could be in trouble. And I'm dying to see what they're going to do with those wild elbows that were thrown that got him kicked out of the game.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you one thing. The Lakers, I don't think, want to go back to OKC for another. So I'm guessing that thing ends pretty decisively tonight, right? I mean, OKC's 10.5-point favorites.
Ooh.
So the Thunder are just going to be sitting around waiting.
They're just having fun. Their best player's not even playing great. He's okay.
Well, I don't know if he's not playing. He's just not needed. They they don't need him to have
they got a
40-point games.
Really nice roster. And somebody's out and they put in another guy off the bench. And by the way, Knicks are getting a little bit of that right now too. They got guys coming in and knocking down shots. I mean, my God, 3-point shooting yesterday was about as good as you're going to see from the Knicks. They were
be good for their business to get the Knicks in the finals, though.
Anyway, then we're sitting down here, and guess what we have to talk about? We seem to do this in some of our
draft
teams.
Lottery.
Yeah, we got the draft, and we got 13th pick, so we can talk about the sexy 4 at the top of the draft. And
there's still some decent. There's some players that are projected to go to the Heat. They got that guy from Michigan.
Oh, those. Hey, listen, I'm sure they'll find a good guy,
or whatever his name is,
going to fit in. There'll be a nice piece. Don't get me wrong. You're probably right. It'll probably be.
Yeah, they'll get someone. It's not going to put them over the top, though.
But I would much rather be in a situation with the Wizards are looking at getting. Although
the Wizards might be loaded.
I don't know.
This thing's all said and done.
They should, because they gave everybody the year off, man. That was a great tank. The great tank. And by the way, Utah, they got a pretty good one, the number 2 pick, and they're going to get a nice piece to go with their big guys they have. So.
Imagine being a team though, like the Lakers are in a crappy spot right now, right there, about to get bounced. Who knows what LeBron's going to do?
Well, they got
that's a weird spot. The Sixers are in a bad spot with you just got tossed from the playoffs in 4. Like, what are the Sixers going to do? They're almost in that like mediocre range.
I don't think
where
they
you just
do
can't
much.
get anywhere near over the hump.
I think some of these teams are going to run it back with what they have.
Probably will, but
Yeah, getting around a couple
man,
rounds of playoffs and, try to get some extra home games in there. But
these teams are in a tough spot.
Woody,
The Heat are in that same. They're just a little less mediocre than these other teams, but
we're sitting here playing.
yeah,
We don't have a Maxey, and he wasn't very good.
he looked like he ran out of gas or something, huh?
Yeah, that
Maybe they did. Maybe they put it all into that Celtics series, and they peaked there. That was that.
I think you got to give the Knicks a little credit, man.
I do give the Knicks plenty of credit, but
They got a lot of guys.
the Sixers
playing
seemed
well.
like they ran out of gas.
They got a lot of guys playing at a really good level, and they're playing great team basketball. They really are. Brunson, again, just can't say enough about him and how good he's been. Hey, by the way, we got a lot of other stuff to get to here this morning. We're going to be checking in with Omar, who was out at camp as the Dolphins trying to put together the best 90 for summer camp with tryouts and rookie free agents and draft picks out there and some of the young guys that they've signed here recently. They got a lot of young guys, one of the youngest rosters in the NFL, obviously. But we'll talk to him about all that stuff and some of the guys that he liked from what he saw out there. And not only that, but, of course, some of the things are a little different. There's a new sheriff in town. It was pretty obvious in just 2 days of minicamp. Anyway, we'll talk about all that stuff coming up. Canes football recruiting, and boy, I tell you what, sometimes, and again, they're just verbal commitments right now, but this Dante Wright flipping from Georgia to Miami, 5-star, everybody says he is a day one player, 3 years and a first-round pick, good, as the number one cornerback in the country for this 2027 class, and so congratulations to them. We'll be watching that one closely, and later this week we'll have to get our boy Dono on to talk a little bit about that because they're in the running for a bunch of really good players. This 2027 class has got a chance to be really good, including a guy in the backyard here that everybody's talking about, Mark Matthews, the offensive tackle out of St. Thomas Aquinas. Those are all my guys over there. Hey, what are we doing over there, man? We got to start talking to Coach and the AD over there, Twan Russell. Twan, where's he going, man?
Speaking of Canes guys, I'm going to blindside you with something here. I don't know if you saw the videos from Ruben Bain on the field with the Bucks.
Now everybody's been talking about him.
Yeah, I was curious if you had seen that, because a lot of people had said, over the weekend on Twitter, the videos of Ruben Bain and how great he looks in these drills. And it's like, well,
Ruben is going to go hard.
Yeah.
From the time he started playing in high school football to 3 years and done at the University of Miami through a little injury there. So early when he got hurt against the Gators. He's going to play hard. We were talking about him the other night, and, still a little disappointment with some of our fans. And said, one thing about it, you're right, man. You don't have to, there's nothing to worry about him. He's going to give you everything he has on every play. You do not have to worry about Ruben Bain. So I'm not surprised, and he's got a little chip on his shoulder. I'm calling it the Miami chip. I really do. I think when we passed on him, I think that was the chip. I don't think going in the top 3 or 4 position. I think when the fact that he got down there and Miami's sitting there and didn't take him, that was like, that was the one, oh, now I'm on a mission. Now everybody must pay for this. Starting minicamp against all the other guys.
Now those videos popped up, and it's early in the process here, Joe, but
Yeah, let's not get carried away. It is. I'm glad you said that before you get carried away about minicamp, no pads on.
Well, everyone's like, they send out the videos like, oh my God, he's going to be so good and this and that. And I'm sure he will be, but
this way,
maybe let him
calm down.
To camp first.
Calm down. He won't be the only guy. Listen, man, I hope he has a great season. I'm not one that's
I've said there's certainly a world where both picks end up playing well, right? Where Proctor ends up being good for the Dolphins, and that's a nice story. And then Bain ends up being good in Tampa.
Really
nice story there.
I think there's a really good chance that Proctor's going to be.
That'd be the ideal scenario, right?
Yeah.
That everyone's good.
I'll tell you what else is a good scenario. Everybody going to Atlantic Men's Clinic, get their energy level back and get rid of ED out there. Your sex drive's gone. Your energy level shot. How about you're getting ready for that summer vacation? You're already telling your wife, hey, Not a lot of walking this year. No, I have just been tired. And the last thing I want to do is start walking. She's going, oh, my God, what's wrong with you? Like, you got lazy on me. Well, he's got low T. And he's not chasing you around in the bedroom as much. He's also got ED. Yeah, this is what happens. It happens to every guy out there. Doesn't matter. It's not just your guy. No, it happens to every guy. Skinny guys, big guys, black guys, white guys, doesn't matter. Atlantic Men's Clinic will knock out ED and low T that you're dealing with. And every guy will deal with it at some point. I'm embarrassed to tell you that I had it too. And I had it, did I? Oh, my God, it was terrible. Energy level was down, so I found myself getting real lazy there. And then it just took a matter of a few months for me to get up to 265 pounds. And I was like, I'm a lot closer to 300 and 200, and that's not a club I want to be part of. That has not been good to young guys. So I'm telling you right now, Atlantic Men's Clinic works. You get your T, your PSA test, if medically advised, a test dose. But you're in for great results with their professional staff. You got to set up that first appointment to get the testing done. Once you get all the testing done, then they put you on a program for you, by the way, not for me, for you, that's perfect for you to get great results and get your energy level back up the way it used to be. Chasing that little wife of yours, she's looking so good during Mother's Day. I know what you were thinking, and you couldn't do anything about it. Atlantic Men's Clinic can take care of all of it for you. I'm telling you, 7 locations in South Florida that serve you. Brand new location in Hollywood. I go to Plantation. Call them today, 877-455-7300. 877-455-7300. You got to set up the first appointment. It's the most important one. Are you ready to get your energy level back? It will happen quickly. Visit AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. It works.
southbound from Miami Gardens Drive to Florida's Turnpike, and an earlier accident still causing backup out of Broward County at Pines Boulevard West at West Fork Plaza, currently affecting all of your main lanes. That's traffic. I'm Malia Escobar on FM 1043, and you can listen to WQAM on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
This report is brought to you by the Casino at Dania Beach. Come rock with Quiet Riot at Stage 954 May 30th. The Casino at Dania Beach has it all. Enjoy new, exciting promotions, the hottest slots, great shows, multiple dining options, live poker, and simulcast. Plus, new members can win up to $5,000 in free play. Join the fun at the Casino at Dania Beach.
I mean, it's definitely such a blessing, being the first team's pick. They have, that trust in me to go out there and lead. And that's all I'm trying to do, just trying to be open to my teammates, kick it with them. Because all in all, like, the communication is key to our success. So, coming in here, getting into it with the guys, that's most important to me. No, I can play anywhere, and it's first day of practice. I don't know where I'm going to play in September and on in. So, really just kind of coming in here, taking it day by day, and doing whatever I'm asked to. I mean, I'm just a powerful guy. I'm quick off the ball, so the guards are more the post players, and they got to get the double team started. So that's just kind of what I prided myself on, getting it started. So the center and the left tackle can come in and clean up. So really just focusing on that power and the speed off the ball.
Dolphins first-round pick Caden Proctor is time to head out to the Toyota of Hollywood Hotline. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale. One location, Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan, toyotaofhollywood.com, Joe.
All right, Woody. Yeah, we've got Friday and Saturday. Rookie minicamp is done. Finn's trying to find the best 90 for camp and tryouts and rookie free agents. It got a little bit more money than other guys, the draft picks. Everybody all together, and Omar Kelly, Miami Herald Dolphins columnist, who is out there, joins us this morning. Omar, how you doing?
I'm good, Joe. How you doing this morning?
Yeah, man, I'm doing a lot better, Omar. Thank you.
That's good. That's good. You sound a lot better.
Yeah. I think it was the shots I did. The shots I did Friday night really got me going again. I probably need a little something there. Hey,
alcohol, they say it cleans up all the germs. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I don't know if I've heard that one, but I gave in. I caved into pressure out there a little bit. Hey, so I got to ask you, what impressed you the most seeing the coach, his coaching staff, GM, what they put together from what you saw from all the young guys over the weekend?
There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. There will be 24 rookies at training camp. I would say, if I had to guess, I'd probably say 15 of them make the 53-man roster. Maybe the rest of them are on the practice squad if they deserve it. We also got to factor in for injuries. So they are a lot smaller than I thought they would be, just when we talked about how this whole class and the draft is supposedly big. The defensive ends are kind of small for their position. The linebackers are kind of small for their position. The safeties are kind of small for their position. So from a defensive side, I'm very curious to see how that plays out. But offensively, Caden Proctor, mammoth of a human being. He can move a little bit. He reminds me a lot physically of John Jerry, but just with a little bit more athleticism to him. I'm curious to see where he does actually end up playing. I know we plan to start him at guard, which the Joe Rose show got the first exclusive on. But if he pans out there at guard, that'll be very interesting to see. And we all know injuries factor into the offensive line. I think he's the first guy to move.
Omar, did you really say John Jerry, though?
I said, not play wise.
People can listen and go, really, Omar? That and that allowed.
The one thing about John Jerry was
you weren't bad feet, but go ahead.
You weren't going to bully him to the quarterback.
No,
you were not going to pressure the quarterback. John Jerry was not moving anywhere. Now the problem is he couldn't move you, and couldn't get downfield on the running plays. I like having larger offensive linemen. The question is, are they athletic enough to be running pulls and second level blocks? And we'll see that. Caden Proctor, I mean, he was they gave him the football at Alabama. Like that's obviously there's some athleticism there if they're actually throwing him the football. So I'm not saying he's not athletic like John Jerry wasn't. What I am saying is he's got the size, the girth, the mass of
Yeah.
John Jerry.
Skill position guys that stood out. Anybody you go, okay, all right, that's a good start.
Definitely for me, I'm of the opinion that Kevin Coleman Jr. is probably going to be the rookie that has the most opportunity to elevate himself into the starting lineup. He's a polished slot receiver. I would tell you that's definitely something that this team can upgrade on. Caleb Douglas moves quite unique for a guy his size. 6'4". He's clearly got speed. He's got some movement skills. I look at him as more of a flanker than I do a split end. And we got a chance to see Chris Bell. He warmed up and stretched with his teammates, but then didn't work out. Honestly, I was a little surprised that he's
out
they have
there
this,
at all.
Yeah, a little bit surprised he was out there at all. And,
He's not doing anything for a few months, right?
No,
I'd love to have him back in if I could. I mean, I hate to play doctor. November?
That's pushing it. Yeah, November's good. November's good. November's a good time.
Like my November date.
Yeah, November's a good time. November's a good time. I think it would be wise for him to begin the season on the PUP so he's not counting against the 53-man roster. And you get to basically take your time developing. I mean, I think November he's going to be 12. He suffered his injury at the end of November, so he's going to be 11 months out from November.
So, it's funny because everybody wants to know of this class of a draft class, how many guys are going to start. And I go, I don't know about actually start. You're talking about playing the first play, but guys are going to play a lot on offense and defense. And there's going to be a lot of guys that will be playing probably early too, not in the second half of the season, but early on.
Yeah, no doubt about it. If you're talking about guys who could potentially begin the season as starters, you're talking about Caleb Douglas. You're talking about Kevin Coleman, Will Kesmerick. I'm not even sure there's a tight end who can actually do what he does. So it's definitely he's going to be in the starting lineup. We already know Caden Proctor is going to be in the starting lineup. That's 4. Then we got Chris Johnson, who's going to be probably the starting nickel, if not boundary guy. That's 5. Jacob Rodriguez, Kyle Lewis is probably going to play the big nickel role. That's another starting role. And then we got the safeties who, basically Michael Taft. So potentially seven guys that could be in the starting lineup. And
I don't think you're crazy. No, that, and again, if they're not starters, they're rotating in. They're going to get a lot of snaps. I'm with you.
If we get to the point where 7 guys have started 8 games or more that are rookies, that would be a very productive, promising rookie class. However, I will say this: just because a guy starts doesn't mean he plays well. And the whole thing about playing rookies is there's going to be a learning curve, and you're gonna take your lumps from that. But you hopefully, as Cam Cameron would say, you fail forward fast, Joe. You fail forward fast.
I didn't think Cam was going to make this show. Cam Cameron, you're right. He said a lot of crazy ass stuff. That was
that was probably the smartest, dumbest, crazy thing. I understand the concept of it, but it was just poorly executed because his players failed forward slowly.
That was no question about it. So let me ask you, speaking of that, Jacob Rodriguez, they got some good veteran linebackers.
Yeah.
And you seem to think that 3 guys can all play, that there's a way for all 3 of them to play. I don't see all 3 of them playing together.
Hold on. Here's the thing, Joe. Who is replacing them? Who's replacing one of them as the Sam linebacker? If you have Jacob playing inside and you got Dotson and Jordan Brooks playing kind of a weak linebacker role, both of them, both of them can blitz. Both of them can cover. They can cover. Come on, Jordan Brooks can cover. T-Dot has 3 interceptions, Joe. You're saying that. So who else is going to cover? Who else is going to play you, Sam? David Ojomu, Josh Uche, Chop Robinson. Who's playing you, Sam?
I don't know. I want to see how many 3 linebacker sets we're going to have. You seem to be a lot like there's going to be a lot of 3 set where all 3 of those guys going to be playing together. maybe in some short yardage and situations. But I'm curious to see. Listen, I'm it's going to be fun to watch and see. I think it's great. You got a second round guy coming in and going to push it a little bit here, minus the leadership. Although Jacob Rodriguez looks like he might take a leadership role here early on, like a little Zach Thomas-ish like.
Don't do that, Joe. Don't compare him to Zach, even though Zach Thomas compares him to Zach Thomas. It's just dangerous. That's a lofty expectation.
Well, that's one of the great stories in the history of the franchise. Jimmy Johnson coming in. I know one guy that's going to start. I'm getting rid of the veteran, Jack Del Rio. You're out, and Zach, it's your job. Go get him. That was it.
I listen. And that's admirable if he earns it. All I'm saying is T-Dot is not going to be an easy person to beat.
No, I agree. Listen, those guys coming off great years, and I don't want to just fall a young guy in love this morning. Those two guys had really good seasons next year.
They've got chemistry. They work well together, and T-Dot T-Dot's playing on the final year of his contract. It's, he's still feel like he's got a lot to prove. An undersized linebacker, just like some of these linebackers that are here, but he was undrafted. T-Dot has earned everything he's gotten in this league, and I really don't think he's about to give up his starting spot.
No. I agree. Why we're doing this rookie love thing, which we're going to be doing a lot of. I'm with you. Hey, I got to ask you about a couple guys. You had the pass rushing situation. Max Llewellyn, first of all, the 7th round pick out of Iowa, and a guy I kind of match him up with, I don't know if you do, is Mason Rager,
absolutely
6'5", 250 edge rusher. So as you look at them both, you see a big difference? I'm just curious.
No, there's not a big difference. They've got similar body types. To me, they're probably both a little bit small still, but I would say this: Mason Rager had only reason he didn't get drafted was because he's got a horrible medical situation with the left knee, and doctors had told him that he should consider retiring from football. He continued to play. Obviously, he came up with a lot of red flags, but this is a guy who was the defensive MVP of the Shrine Bowl. I watched him train at Bomberitos, and I didn't know anything about the medical, and I was like, this is a football player. He was one of the top guys that absolutely stood out to me from an athleticism standpoint. So the question is, can they set the edge? And we won't know that until we start to see them in pads. And truthfully speaking, I don't have the highest hopes for a rookie to come in there and set the edge, because that's one of the hardest things in the league to do. It's that's one of those jobs that veterans struggle to do. Chop Robinson has struggled to do. So I'm not going to sit here and expect a rookie to come in day one. Jalen Phillips didn't play early in his career because he couldn't set the edge. It's just not something that you expect rookies out of the gate to do.
Well, I'll tell you what, it is funny though, when you can't do it, you tell by your playing time, right? All of a sudden, if
absolutely,
it's like 2nd, 3rd and long, you're like, hey, you can't play it.
I think Chop Robinson has 2 starts in his NFL career, and the reason he doesn't start is because he can't set the edge. And
is Chop out there? Is he out there early, or he didn't have to be out there? This is just
no. This is just rookies and guys with like less than 4 years of experience, for four games of experience, and tryout guys. But they've got an interesting cast of young players. The quarterback situation between Cam Miller and Mark Gronkowski. What most people don't know is these guys are FCS rivals. They've won like 4 of the last national championships on that level, playing each other. So they've got a built-in rivalry right there, and it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Hey, Omar, got to ask you this one too. Did I hear they did a little conditioning? They do.
Oh yeah, at the end of practice.
By the way, there was definitely a message that the new head coach wanted to send about like things we're going to be doing, right? Did you read into it that way, or no? How'd you read into everything with him?
Absolutely. He came over to us at the beginning, and he was like, basically, we're going to be teaching them how to stretch and how to do drills. And that's what the reality of rookie camp is. And afterwards, they did conditioning, and then they went to go lift weights, and then they get taught how to use their tablets, and then they get taught how the installations, and then they got to take the installations to the field, and then they get taught about housing, and then they get taught about, finances, and then they probably get the crash course about how to survive in South Florida, Joe.
Be on time too, man. Be on time.
Oh, absolutely.
No.
No, that's the one thing this head coach has hammered in, that like people will be on time. And in fact, we've been late in the media contingent because they've been early. So we gotta get some things cleaned up over there.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a good way to start. I know there's still a lot more work, and the guys will all be together here pretty soon as well. The veterans, the ones that are still.
Yeah.
Well, I got to ask you.
Actually, I think they begin working this week. So the
Good.
rookies and the veterans begin intertwining this week, and then the next week is when they start to take it to the football field with helmets and things of that nature.
I got to ask this. Some people get mad when I do this. I got to ask you about a couple of veteran guys that are looking to get new contracts. How's everybody holding up? They're all being professional about it. I'm being dead serious, but
I mean, nobody can really get deals until we get that Bradley Chubb money. So
they know that. They're all aware of that.
Absolutely.
They've been told by their agents, have been told, and they've been told. And then the question is it enough to keep everybody happy, especially after your running back?
Absolutely, especially the latest deal, the New York Jets running back. It sets the market at like $14 million a season. So that's going to be interesting to see, because every time a new
guy's a lot better than he is. That's a problem, and younger.
Yeah, exactly, and healthy, because that guy's coming off a knee injury 2 years ago. So Devon Achane is a better model of a vehicle. So it'll be interesting.
He has a gear they don't have up in New York. I know they're the Jets, but they don't. That's a different gear what our guy has. Anyway, hey Omar, thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Hope you had a good Mother's Day. You spent a little time with your mom yesterday.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
I knew you did. That's good.
Yeah. Got to take care of the ex-mothers. I mean, the exes too. You can't just ignore them.
You come a long way.
They still birth your children.
I know. I am so proud of you. You've come so far. You really have, man. You are. I'm so proud of you, man. You are.
It's maturation, Joe. It's maturation. I mean, they push the child out their hoo-ha. You gotta give some respect to that.
Oh boy, Omar, you and I could have some good laughs together about some of that stuff. All right, hey, bud, thank you, man. I appreciate you coming on. Omar Kelly with us this morning. Talk a little bit about the Dolphins. Just getting started, man. Just getting started. I do want to take a second to let you know, man, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and there's no better time to prioritize your well-being. If anxiety or depression is holding you back, or you have somebody you're really close to and it's holding them back, you've noticed, everybody else has noticed, Recovery Unplugged Mental Health Residential Program in a beautiful Fort Lauderdale place offers a private, comfortable space to heal with expert care and a unique, very unique music-based approach that I love after going through it and seeing the whole process. You can take the first step, man, to really getting a fresh start for yourself. They accept most major insurances. Call 954-737-4508. I don't want you to go through this anymore, man. If you're going through it, you're off the road, and you need some help. Whatever it is, it's got you a little depressed, anxiety higher than ever. Call 954-737-4508 and let them help you. Visit recoveryunplug.com. And in the month of May, there's no better time to heal out loud. Mental Health Awareness Month is here, and Recovery Unplugged would love to be able to help you. New year, new you, Recovery Unplugged, heal out loud.
live poker, and simulcast. Plus, new members can win up to $5,000 in free play. Join the fun at the casino at Dania Beach.
You're listening to The Joe Rose Show. This hour is brought to you by Baptist Health.
And now, it's time for Hollywood's headlines. Without further ado, here's Hollywood.
All right, Hollywood. What do you have for us here?
All right, Joe.
A lot of stuff going on this weekend.
There was a lot of stuff. And one of these stories that won't go away, seemingly, is this World Cup ticket situation.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Vrabel, Mike Vrabel. So
I'm done. No, I'm done with Mike Vrabel. That's enough. Right?
There's more articles. It's incredible. It's like,
I know.
Hey, you got anything on Vrabel? We've been getting a lot of hits on that.
It's just like
a lot of clicks.
I saw people yesterday like, how do you think he celebrates Mother's Day? I don't know.
Why does everybody care? Don't you have your own Mother's Day to take
That's
care
what
of?
that was my take on it.
You know what? Why don't we that should have been a day off for everybody.
Right?
Like, let's give Mike
It's never a day off.
Mike a day off and you worry about your own Mother's Day or mother-in-law's day or kids that have different mothers, like Omar's talking. I mean, whatever the situation.
There's never a day off, Joe. I went on Twitter a little bit yesterday to see if there's any stories out there, and it's nasty out there every day, man. Something's going on.
Yeah.
But this World Cup thing is actually getting interesting here because the complaints seem to be fast and furious for this thing. So how about this one? Players' family and friends, they're trying to get tickets for them. The tickets for the family and their guests has risen to about $3,000 a ticket for the FIFA World Cup here. That is for the national associations that are trying to buy these things for their players or whatever, Joe. And they said it's become now a very significant expense. This is getting very strange. I don't know if you saw this too. Like I saw somebody sent out Costco has like ticket packages now.
I don't know
that they're offering for the World Cup.
I got to tell you, it's such a great event. The World Cup is the greatest event in the world.
Well,
and FIFA has found a way.
Relax with that. But
you don't think it is?
I think it's the greatest event in the world.
Yeah, it's the one that's the most popular by far. No, I don't know.
Oh,
For you in general, more people, more countries. It's got the whole world.
Super Bowl all day over the World Cup, but anyway, the face
all right,
value.
Super Bowl, all right, whatever.
The face value.
We'll do that for 2 hours, jerky.
Face value of a Category 1 ticket for the U.S.'s first game against Paraguay in L.A. is $2,700. Yeah, these things and like the final, Joe, where like, the get-in price is like $15,000. These things are getting nuts. Now, with all this being said, if people are willing to pay it, then what's the difference?
It's still a bad look to jack your prices up this much.
Well, if they don't sell, then it's a bad look. But like, here's the thing: if they priced them, really low, they would have just gotten scooped up by scalpers anyway and sold on the secondary market, right? So it's kind of a double-edged sword here. Like,
$33,000 for the finals is like ridiculous for a ticket.
Yeah, well,
at the Meadowlands, where we play the Jets and the Giants play.
I mean, what do you expect them to do? Put out $100 tickets? People buy them up and they'd sell them for that on the secondary market.
Well, you're right. They will. There's no question. People looking to get rich on it. But I mean, this thing is.
So until we figure out this secondary market thing and how to get people to keep the tickets that they purchase for themselves, then you can charge people a reasonable.
I will tell you
money,
though,
but
FIFA's got a horrible reputation for what they've done through the years.
A lot of people are hoping their event is a complete flop.
We'll
see.
I want to see the best teams play. It's the only time I'm really interested in soccer, to be honest.
Yes. A lot of people probably feel that way in this country. Sorry. Anyway, Joe.
Well, you apparently think this is the only country there is in the world that they don't play like soccer everywhere.
I'm aware that
we just don't play it as well.
We're trying to grow our game, Joe. We're sending the NFL to Australia. We're growing.
We're not. Oh.
All right. Real quick here.
I need a little of that smart ass that stuff.
Couple more for you.
Good.
We're growing our
Go
game,
ahead. You're
Joe.
on a roll.
We're growing our game. ESPN reportedly offered Steve Kerr $7 million annually to join their network. He did decide he's going to go back for a couple years to coach for Golden State. And ESPN denied this report, saying they have too much respect for him. They did not even engage him until he had made a decision on coaching. Also part of that story was that on top of the $7 million, he would not have to participate in any of the hot take shows, as they call them, right? The the thing where Tannenbaum's yelling all morning about whatever. Shows like that.
So I think a lot of those guys, I would agree, do not want to do those shows. They didn't like when they're coaching.
Yeah.
They sure the hell don't want to be on the other side of it. But I'm guessing Steve Kerr's making a lot of money for 2 years to come back, huh? Got to be 20.
Well,
plus.
he made 17 and a half
Yeah.
to start, so I'm guessing it's probably closer to the 20 range now.
And that team comes back. Barkley's right. That team comes back as the same group, a year older. Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, and Steph Curry.
Well, Draymond said it like they might not be a championship team, but they're still the most popular draw in the league, and he may be right.
Was that the goal? Hey, come watch
Maybe
the
for
old guys
him.
play one more time. And by the way, they're coming to watch. Ain't nothing against you, Draymond. Come and watch Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Come watch the greatest three-point shooter of all time. Yeah.
All right, Joe.
Who's a very likable guy, by the way.
Here you go. If this doesn't show you where soccer is in our country, we had a situation over the weekend here where Nashville SC, their fans who tuned into FS1 for Saturday night's match against DC. Joe, the match had to move to FS2 as they sent out here. The start of our match can be seen on FS2 rather than FS1 due to pickleball running late.
Oh, come on.
The PPA tour unfortunately bumped Nashville SC as they're running a pad behind there, Joe.
Friggin' pickleball?
Yeah.
Oh, it's disgusting.
So not the first time it's happened, but
oh my gosh.
probably not the last time either, Joe.
Dead serious, man. Some guys came up to me Friday. Hey, we're dead serious, man. You got to play pickleball with us. No, I don't want to play pickleball with you. Nothing turns me off and somebody tells me I have to play pickleball.
Yeah,
Nothing worse.
We had one that's something we haven't seen in a while here, Joe. We had a gender reveal, a mid-game gender reveal. Orioles pitcher Anthony Nunez, a rookie pitcher, he's walking off the mound in one of his innings, and I guess he knew where the camera was because he looks directly into the camera, and you can see him say, "It's a boy."
Really?
It was for his family watching at home. It was not his kid. I think it was like the brother-in-law or something, and the sister, but still very cool nonetheless.
Oh, all right. Different. Unique.
Gender reveals. Big, bro.
Yeah.
Big
we got
business
parties
out
for
there.
those things now, too, huh?
Big business out there.
Is that a big thing now, the party? The big party where
The gender reveal party? Yeah.
That's moving up the ladder, too.
Now I'm fortunate I'm out of the wedding game and baby game for the most part right now because everyone's like,
you got second round coming, though.
No, everyone's pretty much had the kids, it seems like now. We're getting into our 40s here, so I'm out of the party game right now.
What about your one buddy that said he's going to be single for life? He's going to.
No,
What's that
so
guy's name?
against marriage, guy. He is so against marriage. Like I've tried to talk him into it, but
he does well. You could tell he's a good-looking guy.
I don't take the kid thing away. The kid thing is obviously
he does well with the ladies.
Yeah, so the kid thing, there's a shot.
And to him, it's a sport. I mean, it's a sport.
Yeah.
Sport effing is very popular for guys like that.
Yeah.
No question.
No, he's a savvy vet. Yeah. But no, man, weddings and gender reveals and all that stuff is done, thankfully.
Oh, Woody, that's fine.
No more gender reveals.
No more for you, man. No more. I'm with you, Woody. Good stuff. All right, we've got 8 o'clock.
I've been to a few of those. They're rough, man. They are rough.
You're going to go through a little bit of everything, Woody. The 40s will be a different time. There will be things that happen, like happened to our sales guy in here. Right? Showed up with his dad. He just seemed happy as can be.
Okay.
Isn't he going through the big D?
Yeah, come on.
All right. Hey, man, I want to take a second this morning to talk
You're
about
okay to talk about it, I guess, but
I'm not saying anything. I
you're
gave
a vet
away
in that business.
I gave
too,
away
yeah.
I gave away zero information.
Sure.
Zero information there. I do want to talk about a couple guys that I'm pretty crazy about because they're really good at what they do. Harvey Cohn and Gary Judah, the partners of Cohn and Judah Injury Law Firm, personal injury attorneys who you can always get a hold of. They're going to do you-know-what work for you, man. I'm telling you right now. So, hey, listen, I hope it never happens. Slip and fall, automobile accident, something that wasn't your fault, and you need somebody to represent you, somebody that's going to be passionate, somebody that's going to work on it, somebody that's going to make you a priority, and somebody that has great communication skills every day. It's Gary and Harvey. That's what I'm talking about. And matter of fact, if you're in a situation right now where you saw somebody on TV and you decided to go with them and you find out you might not even meet the partners, let alone are they going to handle your case. And if that frustrates you and now all of a sudden you got the handoff attorney and the handoff attorney that's in the other room doesn't have great communication skills, doesn't call you right back, and you're a little frustrated, well, it's time for you to go to Harvey Cohn and Gary Judah. Yeah, partners who will handle your case from start to finish. No handoffs, more than 30 years of experience, big enough to go to trial and get you multi-million-dollar results, small enough just to call you back. Hey, you know what? Gary and Harvey have been successful for 30-plus years. You know why? Because they care. And not only do they care, but they're pit bulls. They will go after it like they have 9,000 attorneys behind them. Go to CohnandJudah.com, read the reviews. Partners who you can always get a hold of, even on the weekends, man. You're going to have their number. You want an update. Usually you don't have to wait and get the update because they're going to be calling you to let you know. Communication is important as well as great results, and that's what they do better than anybody. Go to CohnandJudah.com, read the reviews, 866 fair fee, and remember this. They don't pay other lawyers to do the work you hire them to do.
pick. Time for weather, brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, helping keep your home and family safe when the storms roll in. Visit tornadoroofing.com for your free roof and window estimate. Joe, we estimate it is going to be hot today. Very, very hot.
Yeah,
so
well, listen.
hydrate, 90s, maybe to the 100s.
Yesterday was a wake-up call.
Oh, yeah,
man.
it was vicious out there.
Yesterday afternoon was nothing to mess with. 18-64, the Wizards. That's how you get the first pick. 18-64. Bam goes for 83 against you. And they were bad. They were truly a bad team. And they got rewarded. They got it. They got their pick. So
maybe the lottery's not fixed, right? Because like you would think if it was that they would want to deter the tanking thing. So maybe you'd screw those teams.
I don't know. I believe, Woody, they got the new system coming in next year. That's going to be limited ping pong balls for those top teams, top losing teams that the league has. Anyway, I don't know, man. It's getting closer, though. I just want to hear Milwaukee come out and say we're getting rid of them, no question about it, and we just have to wait and see. Now I see Giannis's latest comments are reported. Haven't heard him say it. He wants to stay in the East.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good start.
It's like one of those tweets where the guy says Giannis would prefer warm weather.
Yeah, right.
Like, oh, really?
Yeah.
It's like -30 in Milwaukee. Oh, yeah, you don't think he'd rather be here? Come on.
Well, we'll see. Well, if that doesn't work, God only knows what they do from there. What's a drop-off plan after that one if it doesn't work?
Hit on the 13th pick.
Hit on 13th pick,
yep.
And he becomes a great player. Yeah, I mean, maybe. Maybe that's it, Woody. Ooh,
you never
boy.
know.
Never know. Never know. I know what I see now, and it's not enough. Not enough coming back with it. So I'll tell you what, with Minicamp over the weekend, Friday and Saturday, and really, really kind of getting used to doing things. It was a lot of teaching and what's going to be expected for the first one, those guys together. I know they don't know the offense yet and the defense, and kind of getting used to everything and getting some conditioning. And they wanted to kind of teach them the way they want things done, from stretching, the whole deal, right through it. And, you know, everybody wants to know how the guys all looked and this guy and that. They didn't do a lot, okay? There'll be plenty of time for that, especially when they know what they're doing and they can play fast and not be thinking about it once we get back through this next month and change of OTAs and minicamp, and then we'll be off for a little bit and then come back late July, and everybody will be together, and then they'll really start competing for jobs against each other. So who's going to start and all the other things with this team. But it was really nice because there's another story that was out there over the last few days at the end of last week that I was just glad that for once we're not part of. And it's the Tyreek Hill lawsuit. I'm being dead serious about this. So look it. This is as good as he was, and he gave us 2 unbelievable years. He did. 2 of the greatest years a receiver's ever had in the league, let alone with the Miami Dolphins.
I like how you're setting this up. You're building him up to take him down, but yeah, the drama's it's enough, right? Like, yeah, you're over the drama. That's fair.
So, and this happened on our watch when the whole backyard football drills with the big woman who had come down to. And
you realize this is out of the bizarre stories that have come out of the Dolphins.
I mean,
this one is actually, like, if you look at the facts of this case, like right up top with the most bizarre things that have ever happened.
Well, he owns.
You can't make this story up.
He owns 2 of them. How about getting arrested?
Oh, that one, yeah, that's unusual. Yes,
we'll never see it again. A guy get arrested.
Probably unlikely that he got
right outside the stadium
lot,
where he plays.
Yeah.
No, but the whole story, it's amazing. So half the team's out there. Then the pictures are all coming out, and everybody's taking their phones out, and there he is on the sidewalk.
And it was like, well, you didn't want to put his window down or something, right?
Whatever it was.
Yeah.
And so then he ends up having the winning touchdown on an 80-yard catch, which ended up being his longest play of the season.
If I'm not mistaken, didn't he go to jail, or did he not go to? Oh, that was the golfer that went to jail, right?
Yeah.
Okay, went out and played.
He didn't go to jail. But I got to tell you, this one, I mean, Tyreek Hill, And we put up with it. And I'm a big phony because I was like all in on it too. Like, hey, you got to put up with
He's got
some
a
of
rough
this stuff.
past, man. I mean, like you knew this coming in, but
I did not think
everyone
all this stuff.
overlooked all of his crap.
The boat.
Because of how fast he. Oh yeah, when he hit the old guy.
The boat.
Yeah.
This guy said, "Stay away from my boat while you're fishing," and
Mm-hmm.
and the whole thing there. But I got to tell you, the backyard football drills lawsuit, I call it, the broken leg, football camp mother coming down on a special trip to, I guess, get a little one-on-one coaching from Tyreek after her son had gone to his football camp. Sophie Hall, a 250-pound OnlyFans model, an attractive big woman, very attractive.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, then she stays around for sex for 2 days. I mean, the story
Well,
is just...
no, but apparently he breaks the leg and then carries her upstairs.
Yeah.
And that was the medical care he
said
administered.
He was doing some of his conditioning, for off season. It was just the whole story. And then I'm thinking they're not really going to like go through this whole trial with this thing, are they? And finally settle. They should have settled before. Why would you're trying to get attached to a team again? What are you doing? I'm just glad it wasn't us. I'm glad it wasn't our guys going, we have no comment. We're waiting for this investigation to finish. And
I hope someone helps Tyreek at some point, though, because this feels like it's going down like the Antonio Brown road, right? Like where it's just going to get out of hand.
I know. I see he's got one of his other exes from his Kansas City days wants to open. So I don't know. It's just one thing after another. And listen, man, it's hard enough to win without these kind of distractions. Like you try to stay distraction free where you're just talking about your players and not dealing with this stuff. And then this, and by the way, again, his attorney, and again, I have no problem with his attorney. I don't, before I take a shot at him. How do you not just settle this thing right off the bat before it ever goes? What? Once it's out there, how do you just not write a check and just have it disappear? Why would you want it out there and go through all this again? Why? Why would you want to go through this? The whole thing, and somebody finally said, hey, we need to settle on this thing. This is not going to be a good look for a guy trying to get back in the league and get healthy and, play again.
What are your thoughts on that? Any shot there?
Well, it's a shot because he's a physical freak of nature. I mean, athletically, but I don't know. Listen, man, if he can't run real fast, he can't play.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to turn into a possession receiver now. I mean, that's not his thing. Can he get back to being the fastest or one of the fastest receivers and run them by people? I don't know. I know one thing. He destroyed his knee. That was not some like, oh, he just had an ACL and an MCL. He'll be fine. No, that thing went directions it's not supposed to, that knee. For anybody got the quick look after it happened over on the sideline. But just the whole thing is just, you'll put up with a lot, man, when you think you got a chance to win. And we can control them. And, hey, I know that's not the way my mom. How many times we hear him say, that's not what my mom and dad raised. I got to be better. It's like, I know you said that like 17 times since you've been with us. And
it's an interesting ride.
Anyway, it was just nice not to why this is taking.
Yeah, you're
place.
just like a spectator now. You're not like involved in it. That's. But someone said he will be broke by 2029. I'm guessing like the problem with him and like Antonio Brown, like these guys probably run up quite a bill with their lawyers.
Lawyers.
Could you imagine if you're like you being Tyreek Hill's lawyer?
How about
you only need one client?
How about 7 or 8 women or 6 women who have not just one, in some cases 2 kids, and you're paying child support?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, he's gonna have to find when his career ends. He's gonna have to find a way to make some money. All the moms have
phone numbers. All the babies' mamas all have phone numbers to match up money.
Yeah.
What are you getting? $3,000 a month. All right.
So you're saying he's gonna have to find some work.
I just look at he's a wild, free-loving human being, but man, he gave us 2 of the weirdest, wildest, strangest stories that we will ever have out of somebody that played and was a big, big part of this football team. Hell, the one year he's voted the best player in the NFL by the players. They don't just go around doing that for anybody. But he owns two of the craziest ones I've ever seen.
That's why that league is so nuts, man. Like the drop off, like how quickly you can go from what you just said being the best player in the league to basically being out of the league.
Oh,
it's quick, man.
It's and this one, I mean the details on this stuff coming down and going out in the backyard and got invited down. I think he flew her down here and she's going through some drills. And then the story is that first time he goes to pass rush, he's a defensive end, and she apparently been watching some of our tackles play and did nice pass protection on him. He wasn't happy, so he went bull rush on her the next time, and she didn't hold up real well. She got hurt. And then there's this vision of him picking her up and taking her upstairs, see if she's okay. And then, oh, by the way, while you're here, what do you say we have sex tonight and maybe in the morning we wake up and we'll be done?
I mean, she's a lot bigger than he is.
Yeah. I didn't come up with 6'1", 250. That's what it says.
That's not what he weighs.
No.
By the way, Joe, real quick, somebody said notable NBA 13th picks. They did their research here on this one. Kobe, Karl Malone, Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell, Tyler Hero, and Richard Jefferson. So he did some research on that 13th pick. Yeah.
You can find somebody.
Now Richard Jefferson is torturing us on those NBA broadcasts, but
you don't like him?
Do you?
Yeah, I like him. I like him on the shows. Okay,
fair enough.
Look at, man, everything they do compared to the other show is just.
Which one is that?
Our old TNT buddies that are all back together on ESPN.
Yeah.
That show's just.
Yeah. Still good.
Still good.
Still good.
Still.
ESPN got their hands on it a little bit, it seems like, but still good.
Little fallout, too, from Charles Barkley and Draymond Green.
Yeah. I thought Draymond was a little rough on that show. A little hard on Barkley.
He didn't think so. Said if he was, he would apologize if it came across the wrong way. And then some of the guys see some former players are going, dude, you got nothing in common. Your career against Charles Barkley. Chews you up every day of the week. Forget your rings. What'd you do for those rings? Those are Clay and Steph's rings.
Mm-hmm.
I
mean, they are.
It's brutal. It's brutal out there right now.
Those are very fair statements to make, aren't they? I mean, Draymond Green's a decent enough role player, I guess, but that's all he is. He's not going to the Hall of Fame.
He was good enough to get on that show.
Yeah, because he's loud.
He is loud.
And he says crazy stuff. So he's perfect for it.
He is very, very loud. There's no question. By the way, good stuff for the Miami Hurricanes and the football recruiting, man. I'll tell you what, Mario Cristobal landed himself a big, big catch for the 2027 class, something they've never done before, get a top 5-star cornerback. Think about all the positions they've had. They have had a number 1 overall recruit, though, if I'm not mistaken, out of California. Woody, I believe we got a linebacker who was the number 1 recruit in the country who came back here and was a first-round pick, matter of fact. But anyway, we'll talk more about that coming up. Stay with us. We're going to take a quick break here. We got a lot of stuff going on this morning. I do want to take a moment to tell you about Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing. Hey, so you're making some decisions right now. This is the time of year. It's getting close to hurricane season, and people go, all right, now we got to start looking for somebody we can hire to protect our home. It's that time. Well, I want to let you know about Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing. They provide 100% financing, 0 down. They have no interest, no payments for a year. The roofing part of their company, tile, shingle, metal flat, they do it all. And by the way, not only that, but they do roofing repairs. If you're not quite ready for that new roof, let them do it. They do that 24/7 for you. Call them anytime. Impact Windows as low as $6 per month per window installed. So don't wait for the next storm. They do it all. Cover all of South Florida. Take care of all the permits and HOA approvals. You sign the contract and you just get out of the way and let them get to work for you. They're a licensed and insured contractor. All their work is backed. And I want to let you know, man, Chev and his team over there We'll answer the phone when you call 954-500-LOCK. They'll answer all your questions you might have to get the process started, man. Meet with them and go over a few things to learn more about Loctite. You can go to LoctiteImpact.com. Again, LoctiteImpact.com. There's one thing you can do before hurricane season, and that's protect your home with Loctite.
Let's go.
to Nob Hill Road. That's traffic. I'm Alia Escobar on FM 104.3, and you can listen to WQAM on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
This report is brought to you by the Casino at Dania Beach. Come rock with Quiet Riot at Stage 954 May 30th. The Casino at Dania Beach has it all. Enjoy new, exciting promotions, the hottest slots, great shows, multiple dining options, live poker, and simulcast. Plus, new members can win up to $5,000 in free play. Join the fun at the Casino at Dania Beach.
All right, before we get back to it here, I want to let you know we do have Marlins tickets that we are going to be giving away here. Cuban Heritage Night is coming to town. The Mets, they will make their way down, the Stinky Mets, on May the 23rd, Joe. So we'll have a 4-pack of tickets to give away. You let me know when you're ready to do that.
Braves and Mets coming to town. All right, man, it's good
Braves
stuff.
are tough.
Braves,
Mets are not so
Braves
much.
a hell of a story. Yeah, Mets got some problems.
Which is good.
Big payroll, a lot of problems. Guys can't stay
Hate
healthy, and the guys they have paid a lot of money to haven't been very good. That's a bad combination.
So anyway, whenever you're ready to do that, we can give those tickets.
We love giving away those tickets, man.
4-pack. Well, I'm all week long.
All right, good stuff. Hey, Woody. So we've been all over the board this morning with everything that's going on here right now. But I gotta tell you what, the NBA playoffs, and congratulations to the Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals. Waiting to see who they're going to play, and looking real good. They've won 7 straight. What are they, 8-2 now in the playoffs this year? Oklahoma City is looking real strong. They're about ready to finish it up against the Lakers, who are a little shorthanded. Luke is not back. They'll be starting on him here pretty soon too, huh?
Crazy how that ended up, huh?
And now they're ripping Luke out. Well, it wouldn't have mattered because he didn't play defense, and they'd be picking on him, and he'd get exposed in the playoffs. And
in fairness, I don't know how they get through that team, but even with Luka, right? Thunder are gonna be tough to beat.
Yeah,
4 out of 7.
They are so deep.
Yeah, they're gonna be tough.
So deep. Got guys sitting on the bench telling them, take extra time, get your hamstring. And we'll need you at some point, but don't worry about it right now. Yeah, and by the way, I see they got 2 first-round picks.
Yeah, good for them.
The rich, man. And by the way, I don't know if I want that GM to have extra first-round picks because he's good. He's done a hell of a job. Remember that? Nobody wanted to play in Oklahoma City. Remember their original big 3? You remember all 3 of those names, right? Durant, Westbrook, and Harden.
Mm-hmm.
Harden was coming off the bench. He was like the 6th man.
That was a good team.
That team was.
Imagine how many they would have won.
We played them in the finals.
Yeah.
I think they won like the first game, and then.
I think they lost in 5.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
That was it.
But
anyway, and boy, they got a group that look like they're happy and having fun and cocky, playing. They joke around, and then they go out, and everybody. I know they're really good when everybody whines that they're getting all the calls, and they're aggressive defensively, and so yeah. By the way, the bitching has to stop. The complaining is just
gotten a little crazy.
Yeah.
Well, they did that to themselves with this challenge nonsense. That certainly doesn't help, right? Because now you got guys waving their fingers after every single play.
You know what I think's a bad idea? The last 2 minutes where they give a report on all the calls. And they always
when they second guess their
and they're always going, they missed 3 calls tonight.
Yeah, you guys won the game, but no.
3 calls they missed late in that game, and that 2-point win. You're like, oh my God, why you do that? Why you throw your guys under the bus? Officiating's hard, man.
That's what we talked to Davion Mitchell at our event on Friday. We talked to him about it. He said the same thing. He's like, it's hard, and you can't focus on it. But a lot of these guys seem to. Like a lot of these guys, first of all, it's a big part of their game, right? Getting to the line and flopping and all that stuff.
So one that drives me nuts, and I think you're with me on this. You're not with me on very many things these days, but
okay.
A guy didn't like the call, and he sits and argues instead of getting back down the court. The play doesn't stop, and he's whining about. And meanwhile,
guy's been doing that forever.
Your guy sprints down and gets a layup. Nobody's there.
Yeah,
and while you're sitting down there trying to make your point to an official who all you're doing is pissing off by trying to show him up.
Yeah, I'm with you 100% on that one. That's frustrating, but Look, man, these guys seem to make it into more of a part of the game than it really is. Like, it's just a waste to be talking about this so much. Like, Jaylen Brown was such a good example.
You know, it's a little bit like pass interference. It's a little bit like holding on the line of scrimmage
Yeah,
in
it's gonna
football.
happen.
It's going to happen every play down. There's going to be some contact. There's going to be some contact. And
I mean, they blamed the Wemby thing. They blamed on the officials. You know, he's they're too physical with him. He doesn't get enough
Can't
calls.
swing
And
your
he
elbows.
snapped. I mean, come on, man.
you can't swing those weapons called your
Essentially
elbows.
turned around. I mean, it's not much of a difference between that and just turning around and punching him in the face. Like,
Woody.
that's basically what he did. He knew the guy was there.
I got to tell you, I don't think he gets suspended.
I don't know, man. The more we watch, I mean, look at this.
I know. No, it's
Dang,
on.
man.
It's
you see his
on.
teammate in the background was like, oh, my God, what did you do?
Yeah, no. He got kicked out for the game for sure.
I mean, look at that
He
shot,
did,
man.
bam.
That's a knockout punch.
I think they teach that in like jiu-jitsu or
yeah,
something.
that's a good UFC move. Yeah,
So,
for sure.
but
Apparently,
looking
did you see
around.
this too? He didn't realize what a flagrant foul 2 meant. Like, he didn't realize he was getting ejected.
one of his teammates had to go do you're out of the
Yeah,
game.
they had to help him.
Yeah, you're done. And by the way, you may get suspended for the next one, which we really need you.
Tough call, man. The thing that I think that works in his favor is that this was his first time ever doing something like this and getting thrown out of a game.
Well, if he'd have thrown a punch, it would have been no question.
But that's the thing. I don't know that there's any difference.
There is. Throwing a backhanded elbow and a punch.
I'd rather get able to punch in an elbow like that. But, I mean, look at that thing, man. I mean, bang.
Yeah. Oh, no, he hit him right on the chin. Too.
Yeah.
He's lucky he didn't knock him out.
Yeah. Could you imagine?
You guys in UFC get knocked out on that move right there. That reverse elbow. Or it's the open hand when they do this.
Yeah. And Nas Reed is a massive, human. So lucky. I mean, he got lucky with that one. But
meanwhile,
I don't know, man.
You said NBC's got the next game. They're going. Damn,
they'll be
man.
in the discussion.
Damn.
Yeah.
Really need Wemby in this game. Have a good game.
Just very strange to see a guy like that just kind of snap.
Well,
he's got to toughen up, man, because they're going to play him like that his whole career.
They're going to get after him, yes.
Yeah.
They're going to get after him. They're not going to just let him run around there and block everybody's shot and go around and dunk over the top of everybody. Guys going to start doing
playoffs.
Things. Start doing
a little chippy.
Do New York Knicks things to him.
And now clearly they realize he can't handle it.
Well,
right?
He better learn quickly how to handle it or
play this elbow all morning. Bang.
Yeah. No, that's the one. By the way, there was two things going to happen today. The New York Knicks, Greeny and those guys are who sit in the front of
you see him
game.
sitting courtside?
Yeah, no. So I get it. Apparently it's really cool because Stephen A is also a big Knicks fan.
Mm-hmm.
So those guys being like on their team and man, we bet, and the whole thing. And he's all in on it. And those guys, it's going to be over the top New York Knicks coverage. And the second thing is going to be the elbow. And they'll do shows on that all day.
Which, by the way, the Knicks are the biggest market we have in the NBA, right? So,
is it Lakers or New York first or Lakers? LA?
I don't think the Knicks are as big as it gets, but I don't know, 1A, 1B, whatever.
Pretty good size. I know once one season is over for one team, probably after tonight, and the other team is.
Look, the Knicks moved the needle,
on.
No question about it.
They're fun to watch.
Have the Garden.
By the way,
like
this team is fun to watch.
They are fun to watch.
They are.
Yep.
You got to give Mike Brown. You got to give him credit. Now he's bounced around.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't do much for my Sacramento Kings.
I didn't know he was there. Nobody knew.
He didn't do much.
No.
Well, he was an assistant for the Golden State Warriors. He was Steve Kerr's assistant.
Yeah.
Kind of got things going again. But he's been great with them. What are you laughing about? Hey, we've got to go to break here. We've got more stuff to get to here. I'm not going to do the New York Knicks stuff all morning, though. Good God.
It'll be cool if they're in the finals, though, right?
Yeah.
I know we're supposed to hate the Knicks down here in Miami, but it would be cool to see them. The Garden is a fun place.
So can I tell you, if Oklahoma City and New York are playing each other, I'm all OKC all day, every day.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Knicks get there, but then lose. Like in the most heartbreaking fashion possible, too. Like if it could go 7. Just for people like Richie out there so they could just rip his guts out in a game 7. Like that would be the ideal scenario, right?
I was wondering about halfway through this season what it was going to look like, and they want to get rid of their big guy and with the Knicks, and this guy can't play, and we gave up all these first-round picks. Remember all those? I saw those discussions.
Yeah,
We have 4 or 5 first-round picks for this guy and that guy, and now all of a sudden everybody's playing pretty well.
Yeah, luckily Karl Anthony Towns found the only big man in the NBA softer than him with Embiid.
Gotta give him credit. He played
He's
all
tough
right.
to watch play. But
No, a lot of people don't like him.
no, he is not very likable.
He's got this little travel thing that he does, that shifting from one side
The
to
little
the other,
travel thing?
that
Yeah,
like 5 or 6 stepper,
Mm-hmm.
but they never call it. Hey, I'll tell you what, I'm going to call your South Florida Chevy dealers. Boy, if you are looking for a new SUV or truck, I know they got great cars too, and I just don't have time to talk about them, man. Not when you got an SUV family, and it starts with a Suburban and a Tahoe and a Traverse and an Equinox, man. I'm talking about something for everybody. From the big boys to the midsize, man, we got an SUV that's going to give you all the space, going to give you a great look to really enjoy that summer vacation coming up, especially if you're not flying anywhere. And speaking of trucks, well, we always call them our cleanup trucks because talk about strong, durable Silverado trucks, Colorado trucks. Whether it's a Silverado 1500, could be the powerful Silverado HD, but if durability and strength and power are important to you, especially you work out of that truck, that's how you make a living, and a lot of you guys work 7 days a week, man, you need something as durable as you are. Got to get the job done. We got a truck for you. Maybe it's a family truck. Maybe it's still got to be about pulling around all the fun toys on a boat and the wave runners on a weekend. We got a truck for you that you will absolutely love. It's like it was custom made for you. With 14 dealerships throughout South Florida, great deals going on. All you got to do is stop by and take a test drive. Get the color and style you're looking for, and bam, you're ready to go, and you will love your truck. Boy, I'm telling you, never disappointed when you talk about a Silverado and Colorado truck. Hey, we got it going on for you right now. Chevrolet, together. Let's drive.
can win up to $5,000 in free play. Join the fun at the casino at Dania Beach.
All right, welcome back. Hey, Marlins take 2 out of 3 from the Nationals. Got the day off. They'll be flying out, getting set to take on Minnesota on the road, and then for 3, and then head to Tampa Bay. By the way, Tampa Bay, what a great story again. What a great story again. They're right there with the Yankees.
Yeah, well, didn't we get their guy?
Yeah.
Right, so he's going to help us get there. Speaking of getting there, you want to give away some Marlins tickets?
Well, that's why it was good. That's why I was getting to.
Oh, I didn't know. All right, we got the Marlins Mets on May 23rd. It's also Cuban Heritage Night. So we'll take caller number 5 right now, 305-567-0560. We'll get you a 4-pack of tickets.
Sounds good, Woody. Sounds
See
good.
the Marlins, and hopefully they beat up on the crappy Mets.
Yeah, Mets not off to a great start. Boy, did they spend a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Somebody said they had like $1 billion of contracts.
Is that what it was? Jeez.
out of their lineup.
Yikes.
That's a lot of money. A lot of money
well.
down the road. Anyway, hey, besides all that, talking about Dolphins and rookie camp for 2 days, last Friday and Saturday. Got more of them coming up, OTAs and mini camps, and the veterans will be joining them here pretty soon and getting into everything. So, but the one thing that I want to tell everybody, and not who's hot and who's not, and I love this class and this is why, and all that stuff. Time will tell on everybody. Whatever video is being sent out that's got you all lathered up, we'll find out in time. We'll find out in time when guys start putting the pads on and going against each other, and then you go in a little preseason, especially for the young guys, and then the season will start, and we can find out and match up all the guys you want. You can match up Ruben Bain against Proctor and who's having a better rookie year, and you can do that with all these guys, Rodriguez and Johnson and Caleb Douglas. We can go through the whole list of guys here. I'll tell you one thing that they're making real clear to me is they have a certain way of doing it, and they want to make sure from day one these young guys, because there's so many of them, got the picture of what is expected of them every day. They even did conditioning. I thought there was something happened on these short practices during the summer because other teams condition afterwards and we just walk off the field. The guys got places to go. You know, had to go places. They didn't want to be there all day. But I love it, man.
This isn't part of your moving on plan. You just
No,
took a shot there.
no, I'm not. I'm just talking about the weight room, what they're expected. They want everybody to know exactly what's going to be expected. I'm sure they've told them a zillion times. Some of you guys have never been in this kind of heat, and it's only going to get worse over the next few months. You guys got to stay in shape, and I just like it. Hey, man, he's setting the tone, so there are no surprises. He's not worried about being anybody's friend. Everybody's got jobs to do. There's a bunch of open jobs, not quarterback, but a lot of open jobs in different places for guys to earn playing time, and it's going to be a young team. It's going to be full of draft picks, playing a lot of football and given every opportunity to play a lot of football. So, I just wanted to make that out. Listen, man, this Ruben Bain stuff that you guys are sending to us, you don't have to sell me on Ruben Bain. I appreciate everybody out there that's a fan is also a huge Ruben Bain fan, and you should be. You should be. And for those of you who grew up with him, even bigger fan, going back to his days at Miami Central. A great high school football player, and went right in as a 4-star kid, 3 years at and drafted in the first round. I don't need you guys to send videos or tell me you saw how he's tearing it up in Tampa Bay at rookie camp. Not surprised. You got
to admit that tweet's a little funny, though.
He's setting the tone. He's setting the tone every day, and that's the way the guy practices. And if you knew that, you wouldn't be surprised by this. He has a chip on his shoulder. Of course he did. Some teams passed on him, including Miami. And I think that bothers him. Yes, I don't disagree with any of that stuff. But I hope he has a good year with Tampa Bay.
He's got a good shot to make the playoffs with that team.
Well, we'll see.
A lot better than he would have had if he would have been drafted here.
No question.
By the way, we got a winner. So if you're calling, we'll try again tomorrow for you. We got tickets the rest of the week.
Got 4 tickets.
4 tickets. Michael got them today.
All right, good.
So Michael
Good
from
stuff.
Miami Gardens.
Boy, they a lot of Cuban names I see popping up here too.
I don't think we're allowed
Heritage
to give it based on that, but
No. I'm just seeing a lot of names.
Oh,
on
okay.
there that's all I'm saying. Anyway,
you're gonna get us in trouble.
I'm not getting anybody in trouble today, Woody. I hope nobody's
No,
in the.
You're
feels
peaceful.
I'm guessing nobody needs to call the president of the company in Philadelphia to say, "Hey, Joe Rose said we're getting a lot of Cuban calls today."
Mm.
You want to go? It's Cuban heritage. It's great. Is there something you want to add to it?
No, I was just looking. They got breaking news behind you, and I think they just it's a scheduling deal here. Cowboys and Giants first Sunday night game.
Well, you know what's going to happen here.
But they were flashing like right over your big fat head. They were flashing breaking news. So
They're going to be leaking out.
kind of distracted
games.
for a second there.
We do this every year. They leak out games early.
Yeah.
They leak out a little bit at a time. And
Cowboys visit Giants for first Sunday night game of 2026 season on September the 13th. That's not a very good matchup, is
yes,
it?
it is.
I know it's a rivalry, but
Wait a sec. The Giants have a huge fan base,
I guess their quarterback's gonna be healthy, right?
and so does Dallas. That's a good one. Better
It's
get them
okay.
early. You don't know what the Giants going to look like later
Yeah,
on.
It's okay.
Better jump on that one early.
Quarterback got to learn to slide, huh?
Yeah, I hope. Besides that, Joe Namath, he's trying to do the a lot of that Joe Namath stuff. Look like new Broadway Joe.
This is someone said tearing up minicamp. What is he tearing up? The blocking dummy running around a circle. That's literally what the video is.
Yes.
Like he's just running up and down, doing drills. Like he's not going against anyone or anything like that. What did people expect? He just dominated the college football playoff.
Right. He just dominated some really good teams.
So I don't know. Like
There were no weak sisters in that group.
it's like they were surprised that he wasn't dogging it out there at practice.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Hey, man, I heard it again. My mother-in-law's day on Saturday, I had to think I'd say I was going to say that. I'm not used to saying that. Mother-in-law's day on Saturday, and it came up. They go, well, you got to admit you were disappointed. Now, my one brother-in-law is really they're both big fans, but one's really big and kind of married into the family here a little bit. You know the connection. And I go, listen, man, I appreciate this, but they like our guy. Well, how good do you think our guy's going to be? I think he's going to be pretty good. I don't think he's going to be bad. Well, you think he's going to be Ruben? I said, look, man, I'm not arguing with you about how good Ruben Bain is. I like Ruben Bain. I like him a lot. They didn't take him. What do you want me to do? I was disappointed when we didn't take him. I thought, man, and all I could think is if you don't take him, you're going to have a lot of people upset right away. But we don't have him. Well, that's why we're okay. Maybe you're right. Maybe
it would have been a much easier pick for those guys to take Bain, right? Because everyone would have been happy.
Yeah,
you wouldn't have had the outrage.
He's coming off of.
Now, with that being said, could you imagine if the offensive line was just a mess again?
Well, then they'd be going, well, after Ruben Bain, how come you didn't draft a bunch of offensive linemen? You know how this works, Woody.
Yeah, I know.
We got a whole bunch.
We have been talking about the offensive line for many, many years.
Yeah, but all of a sudden they got, I don't want to hear about that.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, you think that was bad? How about if Maui Noah was sitting there at 12 and we didn't take him?
They would have passed on him.
Yeah, they'd have been really pissed off.
Well, they may have had a case there, to be honest, but it seemed like a lot of teams wanted Maui Noah at the last second there.
But anyway, hey, man, we'll find out in time how good everybody's going to be. And I got to tell you, I'm Ruben's biggest fan. I'd love to see him get 10, 11, 12 sacks. I would. And if that means you feel like you got to throw it in my face because you feel that strongly about it, that's okay, man. That's all right. I've been wrong before. Hey, I'll just put that on the Tua list in case he plays well. You can call every day, who's the bum now? All that. I'll even give your lines to you, man.
It would be the most Dolphins thing ever for Tua to go win an MVP or something over there, right? Take that team on a playoff run.
Let's not get carried away.
Could you imagine, though? He's like in the MVP talk, having a fantastic season, and they're going to make the playoffs, and that would be absolutely devastating.
You know what? Blitz him a lot. Duck.
They're going to bring you in there to be the DC if he makes the playoffs.
Listen, man, I don't wish anything bad on him either. Except, it's just weird. Every time he has a good play, we're going to have to hear the Dolphins are paying his tab. That's a weird one. You're paying that guy's tab almost 100% of his salary this year, which makes him one of the higher paid quarterbacks in the NFL, and we're paying it for whatever he does, good or bad. Actually, now that I think about it, you might as well just be bad if we're paying you that money.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he'd be better off if he was bad. Now, in fairness, it was not your decision. It was not my decision to send him packing. That was these guys.
Yeah, but
they think Malik Willis is the better player.
Or
they were just stuck with Tua.
I just don't think there are a lot of things they wanted around, man. See, here's the problem. Nobody really wants to come out and say all the things why they don't want Tua. I really don't. Everybody's been kind of nice about, well, you kind of know, and you can, but nobody really wants to come out and say anything.
Well, I don't know that they need to say anything else. Like, you pay a guy that kind of money and then you throw him off the team. I think that's pretty much
and these guys
says it all, doesn't it?
These guys are given their choice. Look, here's the deal. If you want to keep them, if you think you can get more out of them, or maybe they didn't. I don't know. Anyway, I do know this. It's 9 o'clock hours coming up here, Woody.
Let me get you one that makes sense here, Joe. This guy says, I'm a lifelong, enormous Miami Hurricanes fan. I think Ruben Bain is a phenomenal football player. The Bucs are lucky to have gotten him. I do believe that the Dolphins made the right call in taking the offensive lineman over Bain, even if Bain has a great career. Someone said it would have been fun to watch Bain play during our 3-win season.
I don't. By the way, they might win 3 games.
If you like Ruben Bain, the person, then you should be, happy for him that he's in Tampa, because it's such a better situation.
Well, I got this one too that night, my mother-in-law night. I'm going back to my mother-in-law night because those are some of the biggest sports fans. I tell you, they text me during the game, and Dolphins I'm ready to throw up, and I can't take it.
You love that, I know.
And they're going through all that things, and I got to literally take my phone and I just got to turn it off. And they're like, you mean we couldn't take one guy? That's when you're all in on the whole.
Yeah.
Like, I guess what they did last year wasn't enough. I go, okay, man. Are we done?
There's a lot of colleges out there.
Can we focus?
A lot of colleges.
I go, can we focus back on our mother-in-law now together, please? Can we do that? Let's go see what she got. Let's see what everybody got over there. That's all. Hey, we got more stuff to get to here today, Woody. Woody, you don't have family. You don't have diehard family members like that for sports. I do.
No, none of my family
Boy,
cares.
they are. That's very honest, Woody.
It works out nicely, though, for me. I don't talk about this stuff. You get this on your day off. That's rough.
That's all right. It was a nice day. Nice day with my my brother-in-laws. I do. I enjoy being around my brother-in-laws. I love it, though, boy. They're wearing those Canes colors hard. Real hard. Hey, I want to talk to you about Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage for just a second this morning. Hey, man, I want to let you know if you need a mortgage quickly, you need to get the best rates, you need to get all this work done, so you need the money. Debt consolidation, man. You need cash. Maybe it's HOA costs are going up. Maybe it's insurance is gone crazy. Maybe all of a sudden you're in a condo and they just hit you with that, we got to divide this $1 million of repairs that need to be done, and you're getting hit with a big number. Holy smokes, how am I going to do it and still live in this beautiful condo? Well, you're going to Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage. He can do it for you and get it done and get it all paid off there and get your payment back under control the way it used to be. And not only that, but first-time home buyers with very little money down and the best rates. This is all part of what Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage can do for you, man. Go to Google reviews on the web, Choice Mortgage Reviews. Saying a lot of nice things about Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage. His 30 years of experience, man has no life. He's always working 7 days a week. Call or text him, 561-441-2730. That's 441-2730 MLS 166254. Rates and terms subject to change daily without notice. He's an equal housing lender. Check out the reverse mortgage, more popular than ever. If you and your spouse are 62 or older, you qualify all that equity you could really use in your home. Call Michael Kotze, one of his many specialties, the reverse mortgage.
the 13th pick in the draft lottery. The Wizards were rewarded for tanking with the first pick. Time for your weather report, brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, helping homeowners stay safe this storm season. Visit tornadoroofing.com for a free roof and window estimate. Joe, there is no rain in the forecast. However, it is starting to heat up very significantly
Shocking
out there. Yeah.
For anybody this weekend that wasn't out a little bit during the day and went, holy crap, it got hot around here. Yeah, it was hot outside. By the way, way to go, Marlins. Nice bounce back, couple of big 8th innings over the weekend to come back and get some wins against the Nationals, 19-22. Hanging around there. Liam Hicks. They got 3 guys right now, and Alcantara's been pretty good himself, and the pitching has been at times really good. But Liam Hicks, Otto Lopez, and Xavier Edwards are just having great starts. Really great starts. All 3 of them hitting over 300. Second of all, Otto Lopez is it's hard to imagine any shortstops. He leads the Major League Baseball in hits with 56. He was, I think, up to 350s, 344 batting average. Xavier Edwards is also having a great start, second base. And then that Liam Hicks, my God, that came out of nowhere with the 35 RBI and also hitting home runs. So those 3. And there's been some, timely hitting from some other guys on the team. But, yeah, man, those 3, great start for those guys, really. Good stuff. And we'll see what happens. The Heat, I know you just mentioned it, 13th pick in the NBA draft, just no luck. No luck with those damn ping pong balls. What is it, 1% for the first overall pick and 4.8% for one of the top 4 picks, and it just didn't happen. So they'll pick 13th, Charlotte 14th in yesterday's lottery draft. That didn't go well. See where everybody was going to go. And the Wizards, this is what you get, man. Like, hey, it worked. 18-64. You tried to be really bad. You coached like you were really bad, and you did it. You got the number 1 pick. So, and then, of course, number 2 pick, Utah, who was also fined a ton of money this year for sitting 2 of their best guys in the second half of games. And so that's the way it kind of starts in this thing. And what is it? Wizards 1, Utah 2, Memphis 3, Bulls 4th, and the Pacers and Nets 5th and 6th in this upcoming draft. So, Woody, just so I know, what is it? The 4 guys? What is it? DeBonsa is one of them. Peterson, Boozer, Cameron Boozer, of course, from down here, went to private school down here in Columbus, and Caleb Wilson from North Carolina, kind of the 4 guys. Is that kind of everybody's choice in the top 4 picks?
Those are right now. Yep. There you go. You got it. See, you're NBA draft guy now, man. You moved on from the NFL draft.
Way too much time. Yeah, way too much time. But
the Heat are going to get a good player. This is a deep draft. Like, they are going to get a good player. Like, if you look at different mocks right now, like some of them have them take that kid Lendenberg from Michigan, or the kid from the Gators, Thomas Houck. Take him if he's in there. The kid from UConn, Mullins. Like, there's going to be some players there.
Can I ask you one thing about the NFL draft here? And again, I'm working off my brother-in-laws who are really smart, really on top of sports. They do. They love them to death. And man, you go over there and do a little drinking, and we cover everything. And they're more well-rounded than I am. They love their hockey and the whole thing there. But I'm not big on saying who had a big draft and who didn't.
Yeah, but I mean, I get why fans like to do that. That's fine.
I love the Jets draft.
Yeah, you get players you know or you like.
And
whatever.
I don't know. Like we've said this before about the draft of the Jets. And so they might have good players, but if the team's not very good, might not have anything to do with these guys, right? It might be the other team that's not good enough.
I mean, the reality is you're not going to know until probably 2 or 3 years in how you did.
You got a pretty good idea on a lot of these rookies going to be really
Yeah,
good.
you can, but guys also go through rough rookie seasons and end up,
Well, we got
still
rookie
end
of
up
the
being
year and
good
the all-rookie
players.
team, and you can work off that pretty good.
Well, of course, if you're one of the top guys, we're talking about the full classic. You're not going to know right away. Plus, you get guys, a lot of these guys that get drafted that are really young. Like we were just talking about our guy that drafted. I mean, he's really young.
He's 20 years old.
He may take a couple of years to get it.
He does not have a couple years to get ready.
I understand he needs to play now, but there might be some growing pains.
He can't have growing pains.
But you understand that that's a possibility.
He cannot have growing pains like Savai and I had last
well,
year. He can't have those.
They think he's going to be a lot
better. As
better.
a number one pick, I do.
So, I'm just saying in general, like when you draft a guy that's 20 years old, might take him a few years.
I don't disagree.
So I don't know that you can just say like, oh, the Dolphins got a B+.
Yeah, but whether your first round
whatever.
pick is 20 or 23 or 24 years old, it's not going to happen overnight for these guys. It's going to take some time. And by the way, they'll be a lot better. And I'm just working off our draft last year. They'll be a lot better in the second half of the season than they were in the first. I wish I could get Zach Sealer on. He'll tell you, right, he played right next to three of them. And he said they were different guys in the second half. They figured it out, started doing things, started using their hands. And you know what's amazing, too? A lot of these college coaches make a lot of money. And the one thing I hear from the coaches at the NFL level, these guys weren't very well coached when we got them. They just played on dominance, physically dominating people. Like Kenneth Grant wasn't used to using his hands and stuff. He just physically dominated guys. So now you're playing against good players every week. I mean, even average NFL guys are still really good players. And he had to learn all this stuff that he had never done. He just physically shoved guys back and they were dominating. Had the two tackles playing next to each other, really good at Michigan. And then he started figuring all this stuff out. And how do I use my hands better? I've never done this stuff. And you're like, how did you not learn some of this stuff when you were in college? How did that happen that you didn't learn all these things and all the tricks? Anyway, I know different games and different things, and you kind of do what you do best. And the thinking is the NFL goes, all right, he just needs to be coached up. And the other one that's crazy, a lot of guys don't know how to run routes when they get here. They just played on physical talent to run by guys, jump over them, and catch the ball. And now you're going to be playing against guys every week that are pretty good cover corners. Got a pretty good idea. They know all the tricks. So you're going to have to start learning how to run better routes to get open and how to beat bump and run. Anyway, I'm holding off on who's had the best drafts and draft grades that were given out right away. I'd like to wait, see. Because I thought Cleveland, when we played them, they had 3 or 4 of their rookies were really good. Really good. And you know what it did overall? They lost a lot of games. Cleveland lost a lot of football games last year. As good as that class was. And they had some really good players. So anyway, I just wanted to make that point. By the way, Canes football, speaking of Canes football, we were talking about before. Boy, Dante Wright. 5-star cornerback out of Long Beach Poly, switches, jumps from Georgia to Miami, and says he's going to shut it down, but he's going to be a Miami Hurricane. First 5-star cornerback. That can't be right. So they're saying the first top 5-star cornerback, maybe highest grade on a player that they've ever had, would be Dante Wright. I think they have had 5-star cornerbacks. It seems like they had a bunch of good ones through the years. I don't know if they were 5-star or not. We had one year, Michael Rump's year, he and Buchanan got drafted in the first round, both of them. I'm guessing, I don't know what their ranking was, their star ranking back then. But anyway, they got this guy and thought Oregon was going to get him when Georgia was starting to lose him. And he goes, no, I'm going to Miami. So that's a big one. And you're still waiting on the big catch to see what's going to happen. A lot of people think it's between Texas A&M and Miami, and that is Mark Matthews, the top offensive tackle out of St. Thomas Aquinas in Fort Lauderdale. So, we got a guy over there. It's a guy, right? You know that, right? Right? The athletic director over there, really good guy. Gonna have to get working on that guy.
Well, so what do we do now? We negotiate terms.
No, there's
Is
not.
that how these things go now? Instead of the old school recruiting, right? I mean, I guess you're negotiating.
I'm guessing.
Is that how it goes down now?
I'm guessing the offer from Miami and Texas A&M are for a lot of money.
Yes.
Both. He's got to decide. I don't know if we can match Texas A&M in money. But I'm telling you, they're both making big offers. So now you got to decide, do you want to go to Texas A&M or do you want to play in Miami? You want to stay home or do you want to go on the road? Now, we've lost some guys at Texas A&M. We have. The big defensive lineman from Pace High School was a 5-star guy that.
Without knowing who's offering what, wouldn't you just go whoever paid you more?
Oh, if it was close, no.
I'm guessing someone will outbid the other. Wouldn't you like?
I just told you Texas A&M. I know for a fact's offering more money.
Okay, so wouldn't you?
Now, how would I know
Wouldn't you
that?
chase the money?
Well, aren't you going to ask me how I would know that, or do you know how I know that?
I have an idea. I didn't want to ask you that, but
so he's got to decide. And but by the way, the offer from UM is not chump change.
I'm sure it's not.
And Mario, I'm guessing, is spending a lot of time with his offensive line coach at that school.
Nothing's guaranteed, though, man. So the more money you can make, short careers, the more money you make, the
Twan
better.
And
so
Roger, come on, man. Come on, bro. Help us out a little bit here before we get into this whole thing. Yeah, I was shocked. I didn't even know till a few weeks ago Mark Matthews was the number 1 tackle in the country. So good stuff there. Hey, Woody, we got to go to break here, man. We've got more stuff to get to here this morning on a kind of a crazy day, man. A lot of stuff going on. Hey, man, I don't know how good Proctor's going to be for all you guys to decide how good he's going to be or not be. I know he's 20 years old. I don't know how good Johnson's going to be. I don't know how good Rodriguez is going to be. Our first 3 picks. But I think they all have a real good chance to be really good football players, all of them. I don't think any of them are going to disappoint. Those first 3 picks, 2 in the first round, 1 in the second round, I think will be a nice start to what they're putting together. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
If it's going down, you know we on it. If it's going down, you know we on it.
And good morning to everybody, man. It's great to be back and feeling a little bit better, man. Not 100%. Boy, I don't know what I caught, Woody. It was some bad stuff out there, though, in the head and the chest, and a little fever thrown in there, and then loss of voice is not good when you got a big mouth for a living. That was not good. The only one that enjoyed that was my wife, because she says I talk too much. Can you imagine that, telling somebody?
Yeah, I can imagine that, yes.
Says the mornings are a little rough with the amount of yapping that I like to do.
Needs you out of the house for the morning, so.
Yeah, that was the big thing. Hey, Woody, so it's going to be fun, man. We got schedule coming out. Always fun to figure out and see if Dolphins are really going to Mexico City or not. And then when the dates are, but they're going to be doing some traveling. We might have got a little hall pass. So last year it was a lot of late night games because I remember getting back early in the morning a lot. But the schedule was pretty friendly as far as travel. This year, looks like we're going to pick up the travel. They're going to open up the United States a little bit for us to do a little traveling. So we'll see. Hey, man, I think it could still be a fun year. I don't think we're winning 7 or 8 games. I don't. I'm not going to make it up. Power rankings and over-unders in Vegas have spoken, and they're working off what you have and what you don't have. But I think you could have a lot of guys, young guys, play really well and give you hope for a quick turnaround on this thing. And it's hard to say that after we've had so many of these in the last 25 years. But we got some guys outside of not just the same guys within the organization and bringing in one guy and keep this guy and not that guy. They kind of line this thing up with a different GM, head coach, and quarterback to kind of get a fresh start with everything. And not to mention all the different guys that are working that they brought in as well for an idea. So yeah, it's got a chance with the names with this group of guys from second day of the draft to the third day of the draft, and maybe a rookie free agent or two that's got a chance to come in, but it's going to look a lot different. I can tell you that. It is going to be young. And what are we going to get out of last year's draft? How many of those guys taking the next step? And then the veteran free agents that you've added. This is for most of them that we have, we're able to get them on the cheap because they're coming off years where their numbers were down, didn't play as much, coming off injury. So they're gonna be a hungry group. They're gonna be a hungry group to show everybody that they can play and play like they did at one point in their careers. Whether it's a guy that was a double-digit sack guy at one point in his career to getting back and showing everybody he can do it again, whether it's a receiver that had some pretty good years with the Rams coming and taking advantage of his opportunities as a young guy, Tutu. So all those things will come into play with this team. But as of right now, we don't have a lot of young talent on this team till I see it, till it actually plays. It can't officially be good young talent till it has some success in the NFL. You can't have it from what you did in college. That's not the way it works. So if you're wondering and you're giving guys the benefit of the doubt on what they're going to do, you can't do that. That's not allowed. They got to actually go out and have some good games and make some plays as young guys. And then you go, okay, hey, this guy's got a chance to be really good. And we'll go from there. And then the other one that can make this whole class completely different, is Chris Bell gets back the way he looked at Louisville. And I don't know. I said my hope is he's back playing full speed in November. That still gives him a lot of time. Gives him months and months. But if they don't think it's there, the top word comes from the top of the doctor chain from Baptist Health, then if he's got to sit out all year, all right, I'd be a little disappointed, but I get it. You wanted to make sure he was ready to go. But if that guy gets back to what I think he's going to be, he is going to be a really good frontline receiver. Now, I didn't say one, and I'm not making him a top 5 receiver in the league, but that guy could put up some real nice numbers, a big physical target for this Miami Dolphin team. He could be the difference because he's never drafted as low as he was, 3rd round, if he's healthy. Probably goes in the 1st round, definitely in the 2nd round. So, and 6'2", 220-pound guy, just a physical football player. So, man, you get him back at some point this year, and he'll be rehabbing here through camp, and I'd be very surprised to see him doing anything in camp. But boy, once the season starts, then I kind of got him on the clock a little bit. We're kind of start watching him right through September and October. Give him another 8 weeks. And then we get towards the second half of the season. Can the guy come back and play? That'd be great. Be great, but he's got to be 100%, man. He's got to whatever. He just, the limp's got to be gone and can't be favoring it, and the whole thing. He's got to look like he did when he's at Louisville before the ACL. But it's a nice piece to have, man, for knowing that you want to get an idea who can play this year, but also to know that guy's 100% next year once we're coming back and has a chance to play at a high level. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you how good the draft class is. I'm not going to tell you how good the rankings are for everybody that does this for a living, and I like their draft, and Tampa Bay had a great draft, and they know what they're doing, and we don't, and we'll see. First time guys, first time general manager, but there won't be any secrets. We'll find out who can play and who. And the other part of this is, like Cleveland had a really good draft last year. They had a lot of guys play. They didn't win very many games. So nobody's talking about their good young players they have. That could happen here. You got 5 or 6 guys really playing well and going, damn, they got some really good young players, but it doesn't show up in wins. Just giving you a heads up here. And right after 2 days of rookie camp, and I'm messing with the party a little bit here, Woody. But man, reality is you have some good young guys, and you need more. And then you have that free agent money next year as you clean off all this dead money. Hell, we couldn't afford right now. This year, we couldn't afford the Canes cap.
Yeah, but I think what you said about this team being intriguing, like at least for me, you have a quarterback here that these guys think is the future, so you have that as a storyline for this team. Yeah. Like that to me is an interesting storyline, regardless of how bad, the rest of the whole thing is, right? Which it may very well be, but at least you have something on this, like, riding on this season that you're trying to figure out.
So let's talk about, I know we got to go here because we're going to have Omar join us, but Malik Willis. Let me just say this about Malik Willis. Malik Willis could end up looking like he's the guy, and you look at his numbers, and they may not be there. We've had some guys have that happen, right, in the league. We had a guy in New England 2 years ago, was on a bad team, and they're going, hey, that guy can play. They got their quarterback. I said it about the guy with the Saints. I think he's going to be really good as they get more around him. It can happen where you'll see signs of like, hey, damn, he could do some things. He could throw it. He completes some passes. And so that is a big position, though, Woody. You're right. That kind of moves ahead of everything, because if not, and it's clear he can't play for some reason, you got a whole bunch of guys are going to be forced to come out in the draft. They've run out of time. They can't run and hide anymore. They're all going to have to come into this draft. Whole bunch of big name guys. Hey, we got more stuff to get to. Omar Kelly from the Miami Herald Dolphins columnist will join us. Stay with us. We'll be back with Omar in just a moment.
The Joe Rose Show is presented